Good morning, people. It is Monday, the 1st of July. Welcome to TDA, the day after, the home of popular culture. Oh, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture, as defined by the culture. And of course, we are hosted by the best. Please introduce yourself, everybody. He's back.
All right, people. They call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam packed.
All right, then. What a return. Back to business.
All right.
And it's your boy, 6 foot plus of pure temptation, Big Moss from the east side of the bridge. Any more for any more?
Nope. Morning. How are you?
I'm sure you got intro though, Brent, man. Come on, man. We've been here before, man.
Hello, blessed and highly favored. Thank you very much. How was your weekend?
Brenty, Lenty, plenty.
How was your weekend?
Had a good weekend, man. The weather was nice, man. How did you enjoy the weather?
Oh, it was cool.
Did you do anything weather specific?
No. You have a lot of work to do, right?
I know.
A lot.
I know.
I can't just stop.
Yeah, but sometimes don't the sun just say to you like, "Here, let me enjoy it," like a tall glass of lemonade, fresh lemonade that you made from Daddy's kitchen.
Sorry. Why is Stephen calling me?
Something's wrong.
God forbid.
Oh, God forbid. What about you, man? What did you do to enjoy the weather?
I mean, the weather where I was fantastic. You know what I'm saying? But
Where was you?
Orlando, man.
Oh God, speak on it.
Yeah. It was a good trip, man. Went Disneyland and all that, or Disney World, and yeah, man.
Was this another convention?
No, this was just, for the kids and all that stuff in it. But you know what? It was enjoyable, man. It was good. The weather was good, man. It was like, on average, about 31 degrees. And I need the sun. I love the sun. So I was just grinning, like, every day. Although it did rain at certain times, to be fair. And it rained quite heavy over there. But it was good, man.
Is Disneyland all this cracked up to be?
It is,
I swear.
It is, yeah, it is. It's really good. It's really good. It's definitely not just for the kids.
Oh no.
No. You could like leave the kids somewhere, make sure they're cool and everything, and have a hell of a time. 100%. They got a good like literally they've got everything over there. Everything. I went to Magic Kingdom. I went to Animal Kingdom.
Can you give context to what you're saying? What is
Is that like Magic City?
No, it's not like Magic City. Although I've never heard of Magic City before, of course, allegedly. But it's basically like different parks. That's all part of like Disney World. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So basically, you got Magic Kingdom, you got Animal Kingdom, you got Epcot.
So the Magic Kingdom is just magic. 'Cause I'm guessing Animal Kingdom's just animals.
Animal Kingdom's more so the whole so like themes like Lion King, Avatar, that sort of stuff is kind of all in Animal Kingdom. Magic Kingdom, you've pretty much got all the other stuff. So like, I can't remember, to be fair, because it's all kind of all jumbled together like for me. But yeah, but all the main things like basically all the other Disney characters, sort of worlds and stuff in it is in Magic Kingdom. You've got Epcot as well. Epcot is pretty much like just another park as well. Loads of different rides. Then you've got the water rides as well in another park. Then you've got Universal Studios as well. That's separate, but that's also in Orlando as well. So yeah, I did Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure or something like that. So that's got basically all the...
So the place is huge?
It's huge.
How long will it take to see the whole thing?
Probably about a week and a bit, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. To go on like all the rides that make sense going on. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 'cause there's a lot to do, man. A lot to do. But yeah, I had a good time, man. Didn't get to rest really, but it's one of those things, isn't it? But yeah, it was good.
Disneyland's not really a relaxation holiday, is it?
Yeah, it's not, man. But yeah. Oh yeah, Star Wars is there. I forgot. Big up Davina for reminding me. Star Wars, literally when you go Star Wars, which is part of, I think it was Island of Adventure. I'm definitely getting it wrong. Harry Potter as well. It's all coming back to me. But Star Wars, you go there, it's literally like being in the film. Literally. And you know them guys in the white suits and stuff, they'll just be randomly walking around. Then you get one of the people who are part of the resistance, randomly like looking around corners, doing all this sort of stuff, running past you.
Oh, when they try to recruit you and thing.
No, not necessarily recruiting you, but you see them kind of just as if they're dodging someone, innit? Like just randomly, you just be chilling there, walking, minding your business, and you see one of them hooded up, like peering around the corner. They're running off somewhere. Yeah, like all sorts of stuff. Like they really make it like you're there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's sick, man. The rides are sick as well. Like it's really good, man. It was really good. 100%.
Marks out of 10 for Disney World?
9, you know.
Fucking hell.
9, yeah.
It's high.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's a good balance of everything. Like you've got the rides for adults, right? But you haven't got like the crazy roller coasters. Although there was a ride called what is it called? The Velocicoaster, something like that. Something like that, right? And basically it's like a Jurassic Park sort of ride. That might be the best ride I've been on. It might be the best ride I've been on.
The best ride you've been on in your life or the best one at Disneyland?
In my life. It might be. All round. Yeah, 100%. Especially as I was at the front as well. You know, at the front, like you get a slightly different experience.
What's the queue times?
It's crazy. But we had one of the express lane passes, so I didn't have to do all that wait and stuff because that is ridiculous. Because a lot of these, like the good rides anyway, some of the wait times was like 65 minutes, 85 minutes. So you've got so it's long. Like if you're doing that, then definitely you need like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Otherwise, yeah, you ain't gonna be able to experience all the rides. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's packed as well. But packed in a way that's still manageable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can still get around and not feel like, oh, it's too much.
Ain't it annoying? Just got kids just running everywhere.
Yeah, but you still feel like there's loads of adults as well. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a couple that we saw on one of the monorails, taking us from one park to another. That basically went there for the honeymoon. That was their trip. Yeah, so it's not just a kids' holiday sort of thing. It's definitely for the kids and everything, but for those people who are fan of Disney from like when they were like 10 and now 30, 40 years old, that's still a place they would go to. 100%. It's like a good, all-rounded sort of trip.
Okay.
So yeah, man. This is like all them other like Fort Parks and what's the other one? Alton Towers and them ones.
Towers, Fort Park, Chesterton.
Yeah, that's like those like kids sort of like kindergarten sort of parks compared to Disney World. Yeah, it deserves the reputation, Scott. But yeah, man, overall it's good, man. Overall it's good. So yeah, can't complain.
I don't think anybody's gonna top that. Are we, Brent?
I don't know. Did you hear anything whilst you were away about
Like what?
the shenanigans that were happening in the studio?
Not really, you know.
Serious? You just blocked it all out?
I was trying to, man. Because I was trying to just, you know, because obviously the time difference as well, innit? So that's why I think only once or twice I was able to actually like listen in for a bit and all that sort of stuff. Because like obviously the days were long there, innit? Like getting up relatively early.
What does that look like? What time did you get up and what time did you...
I tried to get up early to go gym and then for like about an hour or so, 45 minutes, then leave the hotel, head to the park, get there for like, let's just say, it varied on different days, but let's just say about 10. You ain't leaving there till like bloody 9 o'clock.
Serious?
Yes, it's a long day. Like everything that you need to do or want to do is basically there. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, you can get the monorail to another park. So if you wanted to go to Animal Kingdom, for example, you could do that same thing in the same day.
Is it like a zoo?
It's got like the zoo sort of part. It's got like a real safari there as well. So like not even like you're on a
safari?
Yeah, like a mini safari. It's a lion. There's a lion there, cheetah there, hyena there.
There's one of each animal.
No. I'm just basically. No, you got like I saw like about 2 or 3 lions. I saw one cheetah though. This cheetah was just randomly just walking across somewhere. Ostriches there. You got okapis there. You know okapis are like a mix. Well, they look like a mix of like a zebra and something else. but really they belong to the giraffe family. But anyway, you got bare different animals there. You got rhinos there, hippos there. Like it's a proper safari. You know what I'm saying? Proper. Obviously not like Africa in it, but like for what they could do there, they really tried, man. Then you got the Lion King live show there as well. Then you got obviously the rides there as well. So, yeah,
Did you go to the Lion King?
Yeah.
The live show.
Mm-hmm. It's not the one that like you would see here, like which is like 2 hours long or all that sort of stuff, which I still haven't seen by the way. But it's like there's like shorter 30-minute rendition of it.
Oh, okay.
So, but it was still good. It was still good.
So it was 2 weeks, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Like 14 days. It sounds expensive.
Yeah, very expensive.
How much is it?
To be honest with you, it was more so like I'll probably report back to you guys because it's one of them ones where you just thought the card, just use it, and then afterwards look at the damage because otherwise you'll be upset. Yeah, and I didn't want to be upset. I just wanted to be like enjoy.
Before,
you know what I mean?
Before you add everything up, like how much did you spend?
It's hard for me to say, man.
No, before you add up the things that you didn't account for.
Yeah.
Whilst you were there, she's like, "Oh, I want that."
Oh,
All right.
so you mean just like flights and
Yes, just the
Flights and
basic-
accommodation, I think he's asking. That's what that was what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. This has to be somewhat of an estimate because I didn't even handle this part. Maybe about 4 or 5, I'd say. Maybe.
That's decent.
Yeah, maybe.
What's
I
the
could be
party?
grossly
2
wrong.
adults, 2 kids.
That's
2 adults,
very
1
decent.
kid.
You've gone to another country, right? For 14 days. You've had good accommodation, flights were good, and it's 3 people, right?
Yeah.
That's very good for 4K, right?
I feel like I'm wrong. But you know what, let me
Brother, don't tell me it's not good.
I don't
depends
know.
where you're going though.
3 people.
3 people.
And this
2
is
weeks.
including the ticket for all the events that you just said.
Is this including admission? Admission to
That's why I feel like I'm definitely getting that wrong.
This is mad if it's just 4K. What are you talking about? 2 weeks. All
Yeah.
all
definitely
costs
got it
paid
wrong.
for.
Let
And
me
you're
double
mad.
check.
And you just have to worry about food.
Right, it's not all inclusive, is
And
it?
I'm not even
No.
a traveller.
It's not all inclusive, is it?
No.
When I say no, don't do that.
No, that's when I
You
say
could-
that's high.
Food is food. High. 4K
1 second.
for 3 people.
2 adults and a toddler.
Maybe I'm talking shit in this
But it's
because
2 weeks. It's the
I over travel. But I mean, I'm adding up like what happened when I went to Trinidad for like maybe 10 days. And
yeah, no, maybe that's
and
all right.
The all the amusements and stuff is included in the 4K for 3 people. Having the time of your life for 3 people. You don't have to worry about if you can go here, if you can go there, if you can go anywhere, and you just have to worry about food. I think 4K is decent for 2 weeks. It's 14 days. Place to rest. They gave you free complimentary breakfast.
No, that wasn't even included, to be fair.
Does that change everything? Does that change
Bare
everything?
bones there. Scrimping. That's okay. That sounds decent to me.
That sounds.
I feel like
no,
I
it's
feel
family
like I'm getting it
holiday.
wrong,
Family
to be
holidays
And I
sound
know why
like.
you're saying toddler. She's not a toddler. She speaks in full-blown sentences.
That's still a toddler, man.
No way.
That's still full price plane tickets though.
Is it?
Yeah. I think it's like over 2, you're paying like adult prices pretty much.
See, family holidays are brazy because then when you think about it, so a family of 3, Disneyland 2 weeks, all in you're looking at anything between 6-7K. I hear you. It's big drip. I don't know.
It all adds up, man.
It definitely does. But it was worth it. The memories are priceless, no? What?
Yeah, of course. Margaritas are like $15 bloody, man. Like, obviously, I mean, it doesn't sound bad, innit? But like the slushy ones, they gone in like 2 minutes. So you end up getting like 3, right? And so that adds up. Then obviously the meals at the park, when you go IHOP in the morning, in the evening, it all adds like you're spending the Uber to and from the parks. It all
Are
adds
they
up.
fleecing you in the parks, or are they taking care of you? That is because obviously when you're in the park, they can like hike up prices and things. Are the prices in the park stupid, or is it reasonable?
For a park, I would say they're kind of reasonable. They're expected.
Okay.
For a park, to be fair. But obviously, one of my main gripes with America is the whole tipping thing. They want tips for everything. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we spoke about this on the show before. But like, yeah, I'm not for that life at all. Especially when they struggle with certain vegan options as well. I mean, they're sitting in a bloody restaurant just there looking at the walls and stuff because there's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I have to go and get my food some next place. So, but yeah, so little things like that just make me feel like this is ridiculous. Especially when they ask for like 20%.
So you weren't tipping them?
I kept that to a minimum. 100%.
Because you have to tip in it. It's on the actual
it's
transaction thing, Jiggy.
What do you mean?
When you're paying,
Yeah.
you have to choose one of the options. And there's no option to not do it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Was that in America?
Yeah. Where?
Oh.
In New York, anyway.
There's an option though. Like basically basically it's kind of like here to some degree where it's like, let's just say there's more than 6 people, for example. Then it's automatically on there. To get it off, you have to remove it, right? But here, what they do is they take your card. They obviously scan swipe your card or whatever. So they've got now permission to take whatever amount from your card. So they come back with the receipts, giving you a card and saying, okay, cool. This is your total. These are the recommended tips that we would like. 18% is this, 20% is this, 22% is this. It always ranges between 18 and 22% for some reason, yeah. And then obviously, if you then add that amount, when you go away, they now have permission with your signature to then add the 20% tip. That's how they do it. So a lot of the time, I'm there writing 0 and then bouncing. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, in certain situations.
So how was they looking at you when you was giving them big fat 0?
I try not to look them in the eye, you know what I mean? Just keep it.
They're like, you're not like us. You foreigner.
But to be fair, like when it's like regular stuff, like let's just say you're at a bar, for example, and like because there's bars like in the water parks and all sorts, everywhere basically. I don't understand why I need to give you a tip. So that one there is just okay. I don't mind chilling there, 0, give it back to you, thank you, and then you know what I'm saying. But like, yeah, I just don't really get why they want tips for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, work for the tips. I remember we went to one buffet as well. One guy came in, well, we came in, and the guy was like, oh, have you been there before? I was like, no, first time. It's like, okay, cool. Well, you know, you have access to everything, this, that, and the third. The only thing, basically, not that you don't have access to, is basically, that you haven't paid for, rather, is basically my services. I'm thinking, there's no way you're here relying only on tips. You have a salary, 100%. For lying to me, I'm sorry, I got to take the tip. That's my. He's like, you know, I appreciate you. Obviously, when it comes down to
What, you actually had that conversation with him?
that's what you say to me. Well, I didn't say to him that I'm taking the tip. In my head, I was saying I'm taking the tip.
Okay.
And obviously, he was round the corner innit, when it was time to leave innit. So I was like, okay, cool, time to bounce innit. Gone. Obviously, he sees us near the door innit, and he's like, oh, I appreciate you. Obviously, thinking I left a tip in it, but obviously, unfortunately, I couldn't. You know what I mean? Because the services was
Subpar.
not even subpar. It was just what he was meant to be doing. Otherwise, it's not like you went and got my food for me. I got up. So what was you? Basically, all he did was clear the plate from the table. That's all he did. So I just don't get it. But yeah, long story short, though, it was a good trip.
Yeah, but you must have other stories, man. Nothing happened. Went to Florida. Florida is one of them places. Isn't Florida in Miami? Miami in Florida.
Yeah, Miami's in Florida.
Oh, isn't that the place where all the crazy people are?
Florida man. Is it Florida man? Yeah.
Crazy, right? They have gators and
Oh yeah, they do actually. Yeah, I didn't see them though.
just walking on the
Except-
sidewalk.
Did you go to the bayou?
No, where's that? No.
Where the gators are?
Mm-mm. I went to
Gators are
Miami though.
everywhere.
I went to Miami though.
Is it?
Yeah, for the weekend. My brother was there as well. My brother met me.
Did you leave the kids?
No, they came as well. But yeah.
Which brother?
Solomon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because funny enough, we were meant to go to Japan, innit? Because we got relatives in Japan. I think I mentioned this on the show, innit?
Nope.
No?
You got black samurais in your family.
Yeah, they're there, man. Speaking Japanese and doing
Serious?
Japanese things.
Really?
Yeah, 100% they're there, man.
When?
They were born there, born and raised and everything. Yeah, they're there. But we had never met them before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like my mum's younger sister's children. So big them up. But yeah, we were meant to go there, but just to have a trip like to Japan, innit? And sort of thing. And then also, connect with them. But things changed. And my brother went with my cousin instead of all of us going to Japan. So he was like, okay, cool. Since you guys are going to be in America, when he leaves, because obviously, he's in Canada now, innit? When he leaves and goes back to Canada, he may just come detour to us for a few days and then go back to Canada. So that's basically what we did.
How much is a few days?
Just Friday to Saturday. Sorry, Friday to Sunday.
Okay. So the main time you spent without him.
Yeah.
When he was there, did you all do stuff together?
Yeah. It was just all of us just chilling together, basically, just around South Beach. And yeah, man. Yeah, it's a different vibe to Orlando, but it was still calm, still chilled, and yeah.
Did she cry about anything that she wasn't supposed to cry about?
No.
Did you have to discipline her at all? Because imagine the amount of like visual stimulation that like children have. Did she connect to any of it?
Yeah. Like, to be fair, I had to obviously like tell her off quite a few times because she was excited.
Yeah.
And when you first go to Disney World or whatever, or Magic Kingdom, I think it was, they ask you, is anyone's birthday? Is this your first time? Obviously, we said yes to everything. Yeah. So she got 2 badges, like birthday and first time and all that stuff. So when you're going around, you got someone saying, oh, here's some candy floss. Yeah. And they're excited. Yeah. So obviously, that caused issues. Oh, because obviously I'm saying, no, I don't want to have none. Not yet anyway, not before you eat. And then obviously just seeing all the rides, seeing Mickey, Minnie, and all these people, you know what I mean? Like, just be excited, running off here, and then going over there, and yeah. So, yeah.
One of them restrainer things.
Nah, I don't have any of those.
Did you see any parents for that?
I didn't, I didn't,
Did you meet any of the other parents that were there chilling? Did you just go for yourself? You don't make any, like, companions, friends? Nothing.
No, but remember, all of us, it was like 7 of us all together. So it's like my fam and in-laws fam as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like so it's 2 adults and 2 kids, and then 2 adults
company basically
and 1 kid. Yeah.
Good.
So when they're all teamed together, they're maniacs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, but it was good, man. It was good.
That's good, man.
It was good. Can't complain, man.
Would you again?
I would, I would just not
soon?
now.
Okay.
Probably when she's like, let's just say about 10. So maybe like, yeah. So she can have a different experience and whatnot. Because there were a couple rides she couldn't get onto. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't tall enough and whatnot. But overall.
So you weren't able to get onto the big boy rides?
No, she wasn't able
to. So wait, you went there and you left your wife and the child to go on.
No, basically, so you got a situation where you can do that child swap thing, innit? So you can queue up basically, just before you get to the ride. There's like a little room. Well, it was there for like a couple rides, and basically you just one of you go on and look after the kid, and you come off the ride, swap over, the other one goes on, and then look after the kid. That sort of thing. If, for example, it's just the 2 of you, you ain't got someone to look after the child, innit? But yeah. So some of the main rides that you want to go onto, that's how we're able to go on them. And plus, like I said, the other family as well, like we could swap and, you know what I'm saying, one family take care of all the kids and then swap over sort of thing.
What's the best ride you went on?
The Velocity Coaster.
What was that?
It was like a Jurassic Park sort of ride, themed ride. It was sick, man.
Waiting times and rides were like...
Yeah, waiting times were crazy, man. But we had the lightning pass, so we didn't have to do the main queue, innit? So it was alright. The main queues. I can't be in the queue an hour.
And the lightning is what?
What do you mean?
How much time did it cut off?
Oh, like basically what you can do is you can kind of book it. So they got everything on the app. So basically you can book it, or you can go to the actual ride and be like, okay, cool. I want to go on the lightning ride, basically. And they'll say, okay, cool. Well, if you come back at this time. So they'll look at the waiting time and they'll cut it down by like, let's just say 15, 20 minutes or so. And they'll write that time on your pass. you can come back at that time and just go straight through. You know what I'm saying? So that's one way of in which they can do that. But you can only do that one ride at a time. So that's the only downside to it. But yeah, that's how you can pretty much navigate. So that was in I think that was in Universal Studios. You can do that, and then in the Disney World part of it, you can actually book it on the app. But like I said, you can only do that one ride at a time. So basically, once you've now scanned your passes and got through, you can then, I guess, book the next ride you're looking at from there, basically. So after you've done the ride, it kind of cuts out, let's say 5-10 minutes, make your way to that other side of the park, for example, get on that ride, and then you're good to go, man.
The Velociraptor ride?
Yeah.
What is that about? Explain it.
It's just like a roller coaster, to be fair. But it's just the twists and turns and the speed, and it's a different experience, man.
Sure.
No, for real, man. Because, prior to that, one of my favorite rides, and it might be, obviously certain times in your life, like certain things have big impressions on you, innit? So basically, prior to this, one of my favorite rides was Space Mountain. That's in Disneyland, right? So the one in Paris, the Disneyland Paris.
You're just collecting Disneyland franchise?
No, I went there as a kid. So this was like maybe early teens, maybe, something like that. Yeah. And it always had that, impression on my mind as well. Even funny enough, when I was talking to Moses, because he's been to Disney World, isn't it? He was like, yo, Space Mountain's the ride. I was like, yes, I know, I've been there. This and the third. Anyway, went there, did Space Mountain again. Sick ride still, but Velocicoaster, I think, took it over. Then you've got rides like Tron, Hulk as well. Hulk is a serious ride. Yeah, man, those are probably the top 4, I'd say. No, Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a serious ride. That's a serious ride as well.
Is that like another roller coaster?
It is, but basically, like, instead of it just going all that sort of stuff, like your actual thingy spins around as well. So I just going fast and doing all that sort of stuff. Your thing turns, so you don't know where you're kind of going, and it's kind of in the dark as well. So yeah, it was serious. Guardians of the Galaxy, Velocicoaster. Yeah, Space Mountain is a classic as well.
All right, before we kick on, biggest question here.
Yeah.
If you were to choose 14 days with the nation and 14 days again with family, which would you choose?
Officially or unofficially? No, I'm joking. Of course, with the family, man. In the nation, we're taught to put family first.
All right, that's the
then the nation, you know what I'm saying? So, big up the nation every time.
All right, then. Cool. So, like I said, I asked you if it is that you had tapped into any of the shenanigans. You said no, because you were rightfully focusing on family. Family first and that. But in one of the documents, you did allude to hearing about something.
Oh, well, what? That potential terrorist? Are you talking about?
Yeah. Obviously, that person was given the airwaves.
Yeah.
And you weren't here.
Mm-hmm.
And we were able to respond, and you weren't here, and now you're back.
I've had time, innit? Right, okay. So I've had times, obviously. How I wanted to react at the time. Yeah. I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think, there's just no need, man. There's no need. And I think, obviously, the fact that she, or he, it could be a he, you know what I'm saying? If that's a he, then that he is really a she, to be fair. Huh? She. Yeah. But obviously, when you guys reading it out, obviously the chat wasn't really siding with her. It's why she backtracked immediately on the show, innit? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's enough, to be fair. But her to say some of the stuff she was saying, it's just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. How can my opinions be dangerous? They're dangerous towards white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? And the allies of white supremacy from within our community, like herself. You know what I'm saying? But they're not dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Not dangerous. Okay. Not to us anyway. But yeah, they ain't much to talk about, to be fair.
Well, it's good that you reflected and you apologized for your behavior.
Who apologized?
You don't want to talk about it anymore.
Who apologized? Me apologize? Impossible.
It's over.
This makes me know I'm doing the work. God's work, you know what I'm saying? 100%. Every single thing that is seen as a negative, I'm going to do that much more. 100%.
No, you're not. It's good.
100%. 100%.
It's good. It's good that you're back, safe and sound. Sounds like you had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to go back and then listen to everything that we had done over the last 2 weeks. But Margs did really well, man. It was just myself and Margs, by the way. So Margs did like exemplary.
Well done, man. Yeah. I don't doubt you guys, man. I don't doubt you guys. I'm sure there's a lot of conspiracies and...
No, there was. No? The only time there was when you put it in a document.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay. I think I did that for you guys, isn't it?
No, you didn't have to. You didn't have to at all.
All right, cool.
But obviously, we weren't able to get any guests on because it was absolutely futile having guests on. I'm not going to say guests. I'm talking about politically inclined guests. Obviously, now we're in that particular crunch week, Emmanuel.
Yes.
Before we start the week, who are you voting for? Because your mind might change. I'm not sure if you've been seeing the shenanigans in the political sphere.
I've not had a chance, I've seen just certain headlines. I've not had a chance to really deep dive into it.
Did you see Rishi Sunak saying the P word on Live Air? Yes,
because someone called him that, innit? Is that what you're talking about?
Someone called him that, but apparently it was an actor.
Oh, but serious?
Apparently, like actors can't be racist. apparently, the person who moonlights as an actor can't also be or volunteer to be a campaigner for the Reform Party.
When did this happen?
Oh, you missed everything, haven't you?
Was this on the weekend? No, Friday or something?
That's crazy, Mags. I thought you were LBC locked in.
Yeah, but I've been doing other stuff recently. When did this happen?
All right, basically, we reported on it as well. So
did we?
You just read stuff.
At that point, but that was the end of last week. Yeah. Nothing. By that point, nothing's storing. I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm just going through it.
When you could put the iPad down.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair. So essentially, Channel 4 ran an expose. They went undercover.
Yeah, but the reform stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that.
And apparently, he's an actor, and he was rough talking. And apparently, he also has done jobs that appeared on Channel 4. The guy
that was being filmed to saying the reform stuff.
Yeah. So apparently Nigel Farage is trying to say that Channel 4, imply that Channel 4 hired him to basically go around doing that, and then pushed it as though it was, they just found this particular guy who bucked Nigel Farage in Clacton, and this is what the party's on.
Are you believing that?
No, I believe that two things can be true. You can be an actor and you can still want reform.
Okay, yeah. I'm with you. So when did Rishi say the P word on telly?
He didn't. That same expose, the longer version, that same quote-unquote actor, that same undercover guy, he sat with some of Farage's team, his actual team, and then some police car went by, and there was a rainbow stripe on the police car. They talked about that, right? And whilst they were having the chips and their beer on that same table, they basically, one of them called him a P word.
Okay.
Now, by the way, we're not using the N word on this show anymore unless it's in context. So if you're reporting on something and you feel like you need to do it, then cool. But outside of that, we're trying not to do it at all.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought we did already, though.
Yeah, we did, but apparently...
we didn't make a good enough effort.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So bring it back.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when it is that you would call that. And Rishi obviously wanted to cash in on that, as if he cared about his people at any point in time otherwise. So you weaponized that particular thing and said, all right, cool. I feel a particular way, and my daughters feel a particular way off the back of that. He made it a moment.
Okay.
Right? But I'm not sure if it did anything.
No, I don't think it didn't work.
Yeah.
Did you see Biden tripping out in his debate?
We provided some of the clips, innit?
Oh yeah, for real.
That was the worst thing. The guy's done, man. The guy's done. They need to change him, switch him out immediately. He's done.
So you're saying no hope?
No chance. No chance. They need to get rid of him, 100%. Otherwise, remember the last election, it was tight between them two anyway, and that was a Biden that wasn't as wherever he is now, innit? Now, because remember, you're not just voting for like the Democrats, you're voting for him to be the president of America, the president of the free world, right? The guy doesn't know what he's saying or doing. He's done. You know what I'm saying? Like I even feel like it's disrespectful for them to even be parading him like this. His wife is a maniac. There was a clip of her at some separate event, basically saying, "Joe, you did amazing up there. All the questions they asked you, you answered. Trump didn't." Clapping for him. It just seemed like she was just like applauding a child. The guy is just clueless, and he just needs to sit down and relax, man. I feel like it might be like one of them situations like what they did with Boris. Remember before, when the Tories were going through all of their nonsense, and people were saying, look, let's get Boris back so we can actually try and win this election. Why were they thinking that? Because Boris was the only one that the people actually voted for. Everybody else was just people that came about from internal voting, pretty much. I feel like some of them are thinking, because Biden beat Trump last time, let's keep him there. He's the one that the people have chosen, and hopefully they'll choose him again. But I feel like the people have seen, they've seen this guy deteriorate. You know what I'm saying? The guy he's shaking hands with people that don't exist. That's not there. He's going the wrong way on stage. He's just, like, the guy is done, man. He needs to be chilling somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And somebody else needs to replace him. But I'm not too sure if that will happen. But if I had to put money on it, I feel like they will replace him. They will come up with some excuse where he will step down. Apparently, what's her name? Kamala Harris is feeling some sort of way because during these discussions about him potentially being replaced, no one's really talking about her, even though she's a deputy, the vice. So people are basically like saying, apparently, that she is kind of upset about the fact that, wait a minute, I'm the vice president. Why the hell am I not being the one to be pushed forward as the president to replace Joe Biden? But yeah, apparently that's what's been going on. But yeah, man, like Biden needs to relax, man.
When's their election?
It's usually like the first week in November.
Okay, so they got nothing long to go.
No, they got like 5 months, man.
That's bare long. We got 4 days.
Yeah, but 5 months to, like, the campaign started already, and a lot of damage has been done. Looking at Biden, like Trump didn't even. And do you guys feel like Trump was being respectful as well? Because the Trump that I feel like we kind of know, have seen, he could have doubled down on the nonsense that was happening. But the guy, I feel like he kind of was reserved and just allowing Biden to just do the damage.
He was focusing on remembering the lies that he was taught to tell. Apparently, every single response was a lie.
What, from Trump?
Every single response.
They both lie, man.
Is that admirable?
They both lie.
The fact that he went up there and every single last thing he said out of his mouth was a lie.
I mean, it might be exaggerated, but who doesn't lie as a politician?
That's crazy, though.
They all lie. We're being lied to right now in the UK.
I think it's a bit different, Emmanuel.
Why?
I think it's different because when is it you watched the Sunak and Kerr debate, right? And he was bandying on about £2,000. That matters. Do you understand? So if you're now saying that it doesn't matter if a politician lies, you're going into this already finished.
It's not that it doesn't matter. It's more so that I expect it. And I feel like we'll all be silly if we believe that they're telling us the truth.
No.
But even so, there's blatant lies.
Yeah, I don't want you to conflate this idea, this notion that we know that they aren't telling us all the truth, right? And part of spin is a lie. That's the definition. Some aspect of it is a lie, right? Massaging the reality, to achieve whatever outcome you want to achieve. Cool. But you would have a problem if Sir Keir Starmer basically came and spoke about the economy in a manner in which it is that irked you because it was false. You come on here and say he lied about this, he lied about this. how can you trust him to now lead the country? That's what you would come and say.
That's true.
If he spoke to that, the thing that you normally scream about, the most important thing is such and such, right? So don't now say that, well, everybody lies. Because then what we doing at all?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, even though he lied, I feel like the biggest thing that we took from this was that his opponent is done. You know what I'm saying? And I think no matter what Trump said or did or whatever it may be, nothing could have overshadowed what we saw with Biden. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the president. This is the guy that's meant to be sitting down with other leaders. He doesn't know what he's saying or doing, you know?
And that's the dangerous thing, because you're right. It doesn't matter to many people that Trump lied, because all they saw were that's all they saw. So the lies didn't even matter anymore. It was, look at Biden. He's dead on his feet.
But also, in the moment, not everyone knew that there were lies. You know what I mean? It took people after the fact, going back and seeing what Trump said, to actually prove that.
Oh, you mean it wasn't reported at the same time when it is that we're speaking?
Yeah.
But normally it happens. You don't look to, unless it is that the hosts actually know. But they have certain levels of engagement that they're following, right? Maybe they don't look to accost them whilst it is that they're saying such and such. They'll wait till afterwards, because it was CNN debate, right? And they like that whole post programming stuff. So they would have done their little fact checker afterwards. That's what they did. They did it on both ends, not just Trump. They did it on Trump and Biden. And apparently Biden lied for a few.
Biden lied as well.
Yeah, imagine
100%
being told, hey, just remember these things. And instead, he forgot and then went with the lie, because that's what he remembered. That's what he retained.
That's probably what they've been told to remember anyway. They obviously, you know what it is? They're all liars, isn't it? They're all going to lie. But obviously, I think it's just the way Trump does it, which is a bit crazy.
You know how Miles is laughing at his performance? Like, he really loved it. Because whilst Biden was slipping up on his words, Trump was looking at him. And when Marx caught his eyes, he started laughing. He's like, look at how he's looking at him.
No, that one. Yeah, that
one. Trump is, he's a maniac, man. I can say, I don't know what he said. I don't think he even knows what he said.
Yeah, Trump was definitely being mean towards Biden.
But I don't think he was that bad. He could have went in proper.
You didn't see the whole thing. I'm guessing you just saw the the little highlights and whatnot. But I don't. One, they're currently talking about who they replaced him by, because he's now seriously considering stepping back. And I think once it is that you put it out into the conversation, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
100%. And all the main particular talking heads are saying that's what they're basically doing. And I think one also said that that's why they had that particular debate 5 months before the actual running.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They should not. Yeah, you know what it is. Like I said, I just don't think they expected him to be deteriorating this fast. If that makes sense. They knew it was a big ask, what they're saying. You know what I'm trying to say? And I figured that they could prop him up enough to make it through it. You get me? But I think that debate, they saw it and said, okay, no. Because if he's doing this now, by October, November, he's gonna be moving brazy, like brazy. So I think they're gonna get him out of it.
One platform said that the debate isn't normally what clinches people's opinions, because there's 13 or 16 particular commitments that that particular candidate needs to do, and the debate is never the thing, because he said Obama never won any of his debates. He won. And then the person responded saying, yeah, no, but that's the thing. He may not be able to do the other 15 commitments. That's why they're considering switching him out. because he can't physically go here, do this.
It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. The campaign trail is too much. You get me? You've got to be in this state and that state and this state. Got to go and kiss this baby and get that cat out of the tree and go and see them firefighters and it's too much. Yeah. It's too much for him. Like it's too. You're asking too much of Joe Biden. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like he's done it. He's cooked. He's an old man. You get me? So yeah, they might be onto something. They might be onto something. I don't know who's the next candidate.
Well, there are a few options. Is it Gary Newsom? That's the biggest name that they're talking about right now.
Yeah, he's younger. Well, everyone's younger to be fair, but he's much more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got the energy.
Yeah, obviously.
He's got life in him. Imagine
no,
that's
but he's
the standard.
got. You know what I mean?
That's what you need. Imagine him. He can walk and breathe.
But I mean, like he's one of those passionate guys. You know what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't have it from Trump. So he's somebody that it's like, okay, cool. If I was American, I can look at him and be like, okay, cool. You know what? I like this guy. I believe in him as a leader. Who else is there?
Well, it's Kamala.
Yeah, no chance.
No chance.
Everyone, it seemed like no one likes her.
JFK.
RFK.
RFK.
Yeah. Is he Democrat though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Okay.
I'm sure he is, right?
For some reason, I thought he was independent or something.
Speak.
His voice is a bit raspy, isn't it?
Yeah. But he's got.
Did he say some mad stuff the other day? Are they onto him about something? What did he say the other day? Oh, I can't remember. Let me see. Sorry, he's
I
keep
thought he was
going.
independent. You know? What about Sanders as well? But no, Sanders is too social.
They mixed their boat on Sanders, man.
Yeah. But he wouldn't win though, man. He's like Corbyn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he doesn't like war. Yes, he does like war, and he cares about the youth. Yeah.
He's too idealistic, man. You know what I mean? Sanders. Plus, he's old as well. It's not like he's young.
Yeah, fair. Anyway, so who would you pick before we get into the week of?
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I really don't know. I think tomorrow, when we have our debates, so guys, make sure you tell a friend, bring yourself as well. We're going to be having a debate. Yes, Marks, you're going to be ready.
It's Gavin Newsom, not Gary.
Yeah.
I think I said Gary. What's the format looking like? Like, what's that going to be like?
Okay, so in fact, let's iron out everyone's what do you call it, parties and whatnot. So basically, for the people that don't know, obviously Brent has been telling you guys for a while that what we're going to do is have a debate sort of situation where everyone in the room is going to represent a particular political party, right? So we're going to do it tomorrow because Ramsey's going to come in and Gene is going to come in, right? So literally we're going to be representing all of the parties that matter, right? The top three plus Reform plus Green Party.
So who did I get?
Reform.
What? Oh my God! Is that what he's done to me? Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
How did I work it out? And it was just off the top of my head, right? So this can change.
Yeah, we can change it.
How did I work it out? I was saying I should pick one that, like, is non-consequential.
Yeah.
Because I'm not on camera, right? That's
So who did you get?
Conservatives. They don't have another term.
Well, but to be fair, they are like...
No, they're not. In fact, remember, Reform is stealing the Conservative voters.
Okay.
So in my head, Reform is the new Conservatives. That's why I said give him Reform. Because you're basically arguing for Conservatives.
Okay. Got it.
And I gave Emmanuel, obviously, what do you think?
Labour?
It has to be, right?
It's a goddamn shame.
Can't be anything else. And bear in mind, it's good for him because Labour is Conservative light.
You could have given him Green Party.
Ramsey's
Green Party.
He's super passionate about Green Party. Apparently, he's been saying, listen, I'm coming here to win. So he's going to be coming here tomorrow to be serious and get everyone to vote for the Greens.
Sorry, wasn't it the Green Party that said they don't stand with Palestine? Something came out the other day We briefed Ramsey about Palestine.
Yes, you're right. Don't mind them. You should have not even said anything.
So
they done a post and that they deleted it. Was it them?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it was them. However, they have got like a Green Party councillor or MP. That's super Palestine though. Yeah, somewhere.
Every party does though, right?
Yeah. No, but like, as in, he won his thingy. You know what I mean? Like, he's the main guy for his constituency.
In where Ramsey lives?
No.
What are you saying?
Somewhere in the UK. As in, he won the elections, isn't it? And he's a proper, like...
Yeah, he's an MP.
Yeah, but people would, like, if you look at him... Let me not even talk, man. But basically, like, in the newspapers, they're framing it like, this guy is basically like a super, super, super pro-Palestine guy.
That's fine.
As in, he don't look like an MP. As in, he looks like Ramsey from Palestine.
I don't understand.
I'll find the article. When you see him, you say, I get you. That's what happened.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. So what's the format? Are we going to have their policies to hand?
Yes.
Because obviously, everybody who's representing everybody would need to have the policies
100%
on lock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means homework for
everybody,
certain individuals.
Yes.
Now you.
Yes. So I'm going to send you Reform's manifesto. And a few Nigel Farage interviews.
Well, you could definitely make a case for reform. Definitely.
I think so as well, man.
Especially as they're trying to beat this racism like case in it.
Inclusivity, so representation, diversity. That's what you want to. That's what you want to
As
go
in,
on.
try to argue that you're all for that.
If I'm
Good luck.
if I'm representing them,
Yeah.
that's proving this case in point.
I don't know if you should be doing that. You should be leaning into their strengths, and that's not their strengths. So you will come across as dishonest, and that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Lean into what Nigel Farage will lean into.
I'm just saying, dishonesty is key in politics.
Yeah, the ones that are in, we're fine with you guys. That's how you're supposed to run with it. But we need to close the borders, baby.
All right, I'll see this manifesto.
And stop squandering money in Ukraine. That's what Farage is about, man.
I could push that one.
Gina's going to be Lib Dems. And, yeah, man. So are you really going to try and push for, like, Tories, though?
I told you, I don't have to say...
What does that mean?
It's pointless.
No, but everyone needs to... Because people
I will
might
participate 100%, but it's pointless.
By the way, yeah, because remember, I believe the point difference between, obviously in these
With them
polls...
and reform is what?
No, even between Labour and the Tories have gone down, you know. The difference was like, I think it's like 22...
24,
something like that. But now it's gone down to like 17.
I'm not reading any of those because like sample size is like 1,000 people.
Yeah. I get that. Still, you never know.
Yeah, I'll argue for Tories. Because it's Rishi that's going to be taking the mantle, right?
Yeah.
I'll promise that we'll replace him with Mordaunt.
Oh, you like Penny, yeah?
I am conservative. Of course I like Penny. I like all of them. I like all of them. But Penny has a stronger claim for change. Yeah. Plus she reflects the locals more than the current incumbent.
All right. So, yeah, man. So, guys, make sure, like, you're here from the beginning, man. Because we're basically going to spend quite a bit of time on this, man. Like, we'll do... Intro will be minimal. Headlines, quick, straight topic of the day. That'll basically be in topic of the day.
And at the end, what are we saying? Are we going to say who we... Because that... right after that... No, after that day. Tomorrow is the 2nd. We still got 2 days left.
Yep.
So when are we going to tell people what we're doing?
I say on the 3rd.
All right. That's why I said, what are you doing now and what?
I'm not too sure right now.
We could change our minds afterwards, but let's make a hot take right now. What are you doing? Who are you voting for?
Where am I voting?
Yes.
Labour.
All right. Do you know your Labour candidate?
No.
All right, fair. Who are you voting for as it stands?
It's tough, to be honest
I
with you,
know
man.
it's tough.
It might. Oh my
You know what? I
God,
need
it
to check
hurts
what
me.
locally. What I need to check what they're bringing, because if they're gonna fix it, I need to see who's.
You don't care what they're bringing locally.
No, I need to see who's concentrating on parking. Seriously, I need to see who's concentrating on parking. Then I'm going to tell you where I'm going.
Alright,
Give me a second.
suppose
sense.
reform is. Are you voting reform?
Probably because I've got a British passport, so there's only so much they can do. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Whether they realise it or not, they're representing me.
So you are really just going to be voting for what's happening in your area?
Locally, yeah. Let me see.
All right. And you too, Emmanuel. Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm thinking about the bigger picture, to be fair.
Okay.
You know what? Labour might take it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. Labour might take my vote. I hate to say it because they're Tory light, man. So I'm getting some of the benefits.
This is what I'm saying. That's why it is that you're okay to say that.
But
Feeling away.
But to be honest with you, I really don't like certain things with Labour, man. I feel like both of these parties have done a disastrous job, man. And I feel like both of them don't care about our interests, to be honest with you. So really, it's just about which party can really implement policies. Like I've been saying for the past how many years now, implement policies that us as black people can benefit from, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's one of those things. And I guess this is part of topic of the day as well that we will get into. But yeah, man, it's going to be a good one tomorrow, man. So everyone, make sure you tune in. We're going to go through the manifestos. Everyone's going to be debating which party's got the best policies on, like, in different categories. So crime, I don't know, foreign affairs, immigration, everything. We're going to go through everything and break it down. And yeah, man, it might get a little bit crazy in here as well. And then obviously at the end of it, we can do a poll as well, see what everyone thinks, man.
Yeah, I really want to know what everybody in the chat is going to vote for. So God willing, tomorrow we can ask them.
Yes.
Maybe we can get them to signal who by putting up like symbols, colored symbols. Instead, so it's easier to basically read.
Yeah.
By just looking at it.
And maybe do the poll maybe a bit later in the show. Yeah. Just in case you want to change your mind.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Cool.
Let's get into headlines.
Let's do it.
Let's get into them. Yeah, No, blue. Labour's red, right?
Yeah.
It's reversing.
Yeah.
I live in a red state.
All right. So our first headline. So Rishi Sunak has insisted that the UK is a better place to live now than it was in 2010 when the Conservatives came into government. So in one of his last big interviews before Thursday's general election, the Prime Minister said that the COVID pandemic and the war in Ukraine had made life difficult for everyone, but added that the country was now on the right track. Labour said that prices in shops, NHS waiting lists and mortgages had risen under the Conservatives, and that it was excruciating to watch Rishi Sunak just gloss over the concerns of ordinary working people. Speaking to the BBC Sunday with Laura Kusenberg, Mr. Sunak rejected a declinist narrative and defended Brexit, saying that it was utterly wrong to suggest that the UK had lost its standing in the world since leaving the EU. Next headline, and a Reform UK election candidate has disowned the party and is instead backing the local Conservative candidate. So Liam Booth Isherwood, who was standing in Airwash, said that there was a significant moral issue in parts of the party following what he called reports of widespread racism and sexism. He added that the failure of the party's leadership to address the issue means that he no longer wants to be associated with it. The Reform's UK chairman, Richard Tice, claimed that Reform candidates were being offered jobs and inducements to persuade them to talk badly of Reform, stand down and then endorse the Tory candidate. He said that there were dark forces at play by desperate Tories. Earlier this week, the party distanced itself from two activists filmed by Channel 4 apparently making racist and offensive comments. And over the weekend, it said that it had disowned itself from 3 candidates over other offensive remarks. Our last headline, also based on politics, but takes us to France. Marine Le Pen's far-right party, National Rally, has taken the lead in the first round of France's parliamentary elections on Sunday. This is what the initial projections are showing, taking it closer to the gates of power than ever before. After an unusually high turnout, the RN, which is a national rally, that particular bloc leads with 34% of the vote, while left-wing New Popular Front, the NFP, coalition is second with 28.1%, and President Emmanuel Macron's Ensemble Alliance slumped to a dismal third with 20.3%. Obviously, like I said, this is based on the initial projections and some, polls. The RN election party in the northern town of Henin-Beaumont erupted in celebration as the results were announced, but Marine Le Pen was quick to stress that the next Sunday's vote will be key. Macron's decision to call a snap election, this is France's first since 1997, took the country and even its closest allies by surprise. Sunday's vote was held 3 years earlier than necessary, and just 3 weeks after Macron's Renaissance Party was trounced by the RN at the European Parliament elections. Macron has pledged to see out the remainder of his final presidential term, which will run out in 2027, but he now faces the prospect of having to appoint a prime minister from an opposition party, which is a rare arrangement known as cohabitation. And that's it for our headlines.
All right, let's get into what he's saying. Topic of the day.
All right, so our topic of the day, I feel like we kind of touched on this a couple times, but I do want us to talk about it again, if you guys don't mind, seeing that we are in the week of elections. And this particular topic of the day was actually submitted by a good brother by the name of Richmond, so big him up. And I'll read out the email, the message that he sent to me, right? So he said, "Hello, brother Eman. Hope you're well. I'm an avid viewer of TDA, currently based in Australia." So, big up everyone in Australia who's listening to TDA. And I'm really loving all the work that you guys have been doing. I wanted to reach out and propose a topic of the day, given that half of the world will be going into elections this year. My topic is, why do we as countries only seem to think that we only have two options when it comes to elections? From the UK to the US to Ghana and many countries across the world, most when it comes to elections only seem to talk about the two options. Given the rise of political parties in the UK, at least like Reform, which at least on paper is a new party, don't you think perhaps it's time to divert our polls to other candidates, especially when we think our votes may not matter anyway? So that's basically where we're going to start. Why do you think that we only think of two parties? Do you feel like, before we get into it like proper, in fact, let's just deep dive. Do you feel like there's a conspiracy? Do you feel like, because a lot of the time, that show, Brent, that you used to watch, Scandal, with the guy who pulls the strings behind the scene?
Yeah.
All right. So, like a lot of the time people talk about, there's obviously a power behind the main president and the prime minister and these countries, right? Do you feel like these powers are the ones who are controlling everything on both sides? Do you feel like they've made it in such a way where there will only be two options, so it's easy for them to manage where the countries, the nations, collectively and individually, basically go in the future?
As in, who's ever patronizing them, they're the ones who are running things?
Yes, but more than just the patronizing part. More so like people that you never know are actually doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously you can kind of dig and find out who's actually funding each party, right?
Yeah.
But outside of those that you can't see, you know what I'm saying? That's why I mentioned the guy from Scandal. Obviously, I've not watched the show properly, but if I'm not mistaken, there's a guy who basically controls the presidency, right?
Sorry. Did you watch Supercell?
No.
Are you going to watch Supercell?
Yes.
When? Because I've watched it because I thought we were going to talk about it today. Because I asked you to binge it on Friday.
Yeah, but I still couldn't find it. It was taking long to come up with my thing. I'm gonna watch it tonight, but I won't see all of it. I'd have it.
I guess by the end of the weekend, by Friday, can you watch it, please?
Yeah, by Friday I would have seen all of it.
Yeah, because you have homework to do.
This is true.
Yeah, and I don't think you can get through all of it. Plus, not Game of Thrones. The next one dropped.
House of Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of homework to do.
What was that guy's name?
Who?
In Scandal?
Yeah, what was that guy's name? What was his title? Control, that's it. Do you think he's the most devious governor ever in sitcom, TV drama series.
Maybe he was the big man, controls the big man. He runs everything, and it's like what you're saying. Doesn't matter who's in the hot seat. Control's gonna be running things. You know what I'm saying? He was the coldest. Do you subscribe to all that?
What he was saying or alluding to was kind of like the Illuminati, right? Some aspect of it, right? A bit not so woogie. But we've been here for longest while. These presidents come and go. There needs to be something constant. And I am not constant. He was black. But he still made me believe that he was constant.
Yeah, I believed it. I believe that's how it goes now still. You get me? I believe that still. So the thing, there was no point having more than like a two-party system, because then it gets too confusing. Obviously, you need like a third one there to keep everybody true and that. But there's never really having more than two. It's just too many. It's just too many options. It's easier to run this way, innit? Like 1 A, B. You get me? And obviously, they're the ones that's been the most successful through the beginning of time. So that's how they've been set up anyway. So it's kind of been set up like this to have it. I think it's just easier in decision making times.
Sorry, are you looking at American politics?
And English politics. Why? English politics is the same thing. It's Labour or Conservative.
No, you have far more in England than you have in America.
Yeah, but who's had the leadership? Who's actually won it?
No, what I'm saying is, I mean, just the other day, Lib Dems was had a chance, and they decided, no, let me partner up with Conservatives.
And then the Conservatives basically ran it anyway, so Lib Dems was just there in name only.
I hear that, but you saw the large swathes of the population decide they're going to try to do something different, and it nearly worked.
I think they wanted you to think it nearly worked.
But what do you mean by nearly worked, though, bro? Because they didn't have enough seats to ever have a majority or nothing like that to actually be in power alone.
The fact that you even had a thing where, all right, the Conservatives can't run it unless it is Lib Dem says, all right, cool, we'll partner up with you. And they didn't have to do that. They could have chosen not to do that. Am I mistaken?
Who could have chosen not to?
Lib Dems.
Yeah, but like Mark was saying, they went there just to say that we're party, and then Clegg became the deputy. And then next time they voted, they were out of there. They ain't doing nothing.
Listen,
And even if he would have to go somewhere, innit? They weren't Conservatives because they thought that was the thing. If they didn't go Conservatives, they would have to go Labour.
My point is, for the longest while, it has just been the two. And then there came a time where it was closer than anything we've ever seen before. So much so that they had to basically go for a coalition. That's never happened before. So we can do something that changes stuff. Where you're saying it's only ever two. Right? That time it wasn't. Even this time, you're seeing now reform saying, yeah, I'm gonna repackage it a bit differently because I can hear the people's groans and moans. I know how to speak to them. And at this point, we're seeing Conservatives and Labour as the same evil, right? Out of all of history, it hasn't ever been like this. Surely you see that, right? No?
No, I'm with you, go on. I'm following the train of thought.
So when you say only two is only all you need, that's why I asked you, this is like American politics you're talking about. Do you even know if there's anything outside of independent in America?
No, I'm not aware. I don't know.
And there might be, but in your mind, it's only Democrats and Republicans, right?
Yeah.
But you ask yourself about the UK, you can name quite a few. For the longest while, there's been quite a few, but they've always been too far away. But now they're much closer than they were.
Labour, Conservatives, Lib Dems, Green Party, and then whoever racists are there. 5 of them. But I kind of get what you're saying, but
it's still only two that people like. Look how many times we've had a conversation where people say, "I'm not going to waste my vote," because they only ever see
right now
two options.
Right now, Emmanuel, what are the two options?
Labour and Tories.
How about you?
Yeah, Labour and Tories.
All right. Now, is Tories going to win? Tories going to win?
I don't.
Tories going to win?
Doesn't look like it.
And you've been saying that for a while, right?
Yeah.
So they're not even in the running. Who have you heard most about?
Reform.
Tell me why that is.
But Reform can't win.
Listen.
They're just stealing. They're just going to steal a few seats and have a bigger presence than they had before, but they can't win.
This is what I am saying. This is what I am saying.
Yeah, but even this. Yeah, but again, they're like. It's like what you're saying. They're conservative seats anyway. If that makes sense, they're just like Reform conservatives. I get what you're saying, but I don't think they just have a. Even down to Lib Dems, right? Like they're just there. They just shake things up a little bit, steal a little bit of chairs here, and I think they're just used and manipulated to help out Labour or Conservative in any which way these people see fit. I don't think they're viable candidates to do anything.
All right, so you're saying in a fully functioning country there should only really be two parties.
Not that there should only really be two parties, but I'm saying that's just.
If that's your hot take, make your hot take and stand on it, and then make the argument.
It's hard to make the arguments. I don't know if that's what I'm saying, but I'm just saying it's easier to get to decisions that way, innit? With the options are with the two options.
No. There's always the ruling party, and then there is the largest opposition. That's why you're saying there's only two parties, but that's because of that's the way it is. The opposition allowed to question them and this, that, and next.
Yeah.
And then you vie for the privilege of being the opposition. That's what the whole thing is. That's how it's set up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's looking, and it may not be the case, as though Reform may be the opposition. And that's why the smearing has happened.
So wait, Ben.
Look, I'm making this entertaining, right?
Good.
What I'm doing. Because what you're about to say is now, do you really think that Reform's going to win? That's what you're going to say, right? Isn't that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
All right.
But you know what? To be fair, though, I think Farage is hoping for... What would make him super happy is for a coalition government with Labour, I think.
A coalition government with Labour?
Yeah, I think
Wait,
so, man.
how is this possible? If you're there telling
Labour
me
can't win
that...
by a majority.
Is that more believable than what I'm saying? What he just said.
That for Reform want a coalition with Labour.
Yeah.
No, he's saying it's more believable for Labour not to get enough votes, so much so that they have to join Reform in order to beat Conservatives.
No, I don't see that.
But this is what you want me to believe in, Mario.
But why though? Because you need a majority, right? So if you don't get the majority, like Tories didn't get it in, was it 2010 with Cameron, right? 2010? Yeah, 2010. You need to form a government with somebody. And with Farage being the type of person he is and Reform doing the sort of numbers they're doing, they would try, I think anyway. I don't think Labour would accept it. Labour would probably go with Lib Dems probably, yeah. But Reform would probably try and be like, okay, look guys, we should be here. We should be here. We should bring some balance.
I can quicker see Reform being opposition than that.
No, but they don't have enough to be the opposition though.
Right now, isn't this boy chiming saying, "Oh, we've just pulled ahead of Conservatives"?
Yeah, he's just talking rubbish though.
But that's what the same polls that you're citing.
No, he's telling half the story. They're doing well in certain polls, and I think it was only one poll that did that, right?
No,
but they still need to win the seats though.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. They still need to win the seats. You have to remember that many of the Conservative Party, in fact, the overwhelming surge of Conservative fandom was the racists going over to Conservatives. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember when the line saying, "This is what we're going to be doing with NHS money"?
Yeah.
Remember the Boris on the bus? A large proportion of them basically said, "Hi, cool, we'll go over to Conservatives." Only to find out, ain't nice over here. We're literally going to be bankrupting y'all and making y'all very, 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 very homeless. And then we're going to laugh at the fact that you're homeless. Then we're going to laugh at the fact that you're homeless. But this is what happened. So if Farage is basically going to do Boris Johnson, but more believable because he's being consistent, and he's there saying, "This is what I'm going to do to save England," and we're at this point now where that's more palatable than Sunak because of what Sunak looks like, right? And it's crazy how they can't look past his skin, but that's how they are, right? If he speaks to the common man, just like how Boris did, and he's promising Brexit 3.0.
So you think reform can be a viable opposition?
I'm making the argument here because I'm trying
Brett.
to be entertaining.
Okay, Brett, no. You know what? Let me read Richmond's other part of his message, right? Because this actually goes in with what Brent's saying. And to make, even though Brent's saying I'm being entertaining, it could be realistic, right? Not now, but in the future. So this is what Richmond says. He said, furthermore, reform won't win this election, but will definitely get some seats. By the next election, could even get some more. On this trajectory, in a decade, you could sway much more. If we diverted our attention to another party, given Labour and Tories don't appear to be serving any of us, in the same decade, we too could hold much higher influence than we already do. So obviously he's making a point about us creating our own party and things of that nature. But it's based on the fact that reformers done what they've done. So like Brett's saying, even though they may not do it, they won't do it now. In the future, if it continues like this, if we further feel you know what I mean, let down by Labour when they're in power, and nobody's pretty much, I don't see anyone being willing to forgive the Tories in the next 5 years. Reform will just get more seats, right?
You know, a great point. I had a great thought just now, right? Just imagine if we were able to get all the eligible black people, and I'm talking about black adjacent, I'm talking about mixed race. I'm talking about every single black supporting voter, young, old, to vote. And then we just say we're just focusing on London, right? Do you think, if it's possible, I'm going, here I'm going, we can get a black mayor, right? And just focus on the black vote because we know that if they all come out, it will make the difference because normally there's so many people that aren't voting anyway. Do you understand? And we can just focus on London and just make London black.
So you're saying just the mayor vote, you're basically saying. That's all you can control for now.
The best place to live in this UK is London. So they say.
It depends what you're into, man. I suppose it depends what you're into. Don't get a lot of bang for your buck around there.
But that's the way all the trade and commerce happens, right? It's the city of the greatest land in the world.
Hey, you're laughing straight up, Brett.
But just getting a black mayor don't make London black. They got an Asian mayor right now. London's not Asian.
This is true.
But what I'm saying is that, you know how people care about just their local area? If we get all of the...
So why wouldn't you just start up a party? How do you start up a party? Is there parties that don't get votes?
Yeah.
Do you think it's fair, what I'm saying, to have the face of the UK, right? Because Sunak is not the face of the UK.
But neither is Khan.
To be honest, he is the face of the UK.
No, he's not.
When you're comparing both of them. When Boris was mayor, he was the face of the UK. I can make the argument. Right?
I can see why you say that.
Yeah,
Boris was like Cameron. Like a lot of the policies was Cameron basically saying, Boris, I need you to do this to help the Tories stay 100%. In power.
And remember, London is where everything ticks.
For sure.
Everything flows through London. Yeah, are you listening, Max?
Yes.
Everything flows through London, right? So if it is that, so my question was, is it fair of me saying that? Me looking to say that we should just run London, where the outskirts and the rest of the UK is not black. they think we're fair. We'll be dictating everything.
I mean, in theory, it wouldn't even. Well, I get where you're coming from. If it was going to work like that, then yeah, it would be fair. But it wouldn't even work like that.
Why would it be fair?
Because we've got the votes, and to the winner goes to spoils, to the victor goes to spoils. So it is what it is.
You know how crazy that would be?
If it would work like that. But how do you start up a party? Why don't you just start up a party if you can garner that kind of influence? Isn't that way you can have control of the whole?
But in my head, you would have to be tactical in order to get this done. You have to pretend to be like for everybody first.
But do you have to pretend though? Can't we be for everybody too?
No, I am. I definitely am. But optics, it's not going to look like that.
So you'd rather get all the votes and put one person in a position to make them the mayor, rather than if you got all that influence and you can garner it and get together and then make a whole new party. You'd rather put just one person, make one person the mayor, than have a whole new party.
I could do two things. But I'm not sure how much our party would just be like the blacks looking to basically vote for their constituency. And that's why I said, let's focus on the mayor, because we can vote for the mayor.
That's true. You can vote an independent in and
precisely.
Win it. Yeah,
100%. And as you said, if we focus on making everything inclusive and making sure we're saying, hey, we're going to do things right, and we're even going to treat the whites like how we are treated. No, we're not, because then they would go for that. We're going to say we're going to treat everybody fairly. Mm-hmm. Everybody fairly. And we will show that. Put on events. Put on events and stuff. You know, for London England team. But show them proper vibes, isn't it? And make sure the economics is good, because obviously if you stop the white bangers and stealing, you know how much money you can basically pump into London to make it Wakanda? I mean...
Apparently sick this morning.
Once we just lift the levels of living standards, you know, they will vote for that man. Do you understand? Just up the levels. Up the levels, up the levels, up the levels. I'm not even suggesting he should have a white wife. I'm not even suggesting that. Just don't have a wife at all. Just don't. Or have one that's secret and she's black. You understand? And only bring it out once it is that we've secured it.
It'd just be like Obama. If there was a black man that was a mayor of London, it wouldn't change nothing.
You sure?
Hmm?
You sure?
So pessimistic, man.
I'm just saying.
Look at what Natalie was saying. It's different. Like, you don't need to. It's not like an with like the general
Let me mute
elections.
this mic for a second, yeah? Mute this.
No, because I want to know.
Yeah, I'll tell you after. When I heard it, I'm like, wait, you're doing that? You
got to draw on everything possible.
That's crazy, though. That's crazy.
It's all realms. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it on all realms. 100%. This fight is a different fight.
That's
Principalities. You got to fight this on every level.
That is mad, though.
Because the Masons and that be doing rituals and thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Control
Sacrifices, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you got to fight it on every level. Like 100%.
Fair.
Come on, let's get back in the car.
All right. So, obviously, the reason I guess we only think of two parties, right? Besides the fact that, of course, the elites may be trying to make things easy for themselves, right, to control everything. But we have the first past the post system, right? So whoever has the most amount of votes basically wins. That's it. Obviously, to get your own to have a sole party be the governing power, you need to get the majority and everything. But like we mentioned before, do you feel like proportional representation is better? I know a lot of people say it's not a good thing because obviously that would mean you're going to get more opinions, more voices heard by parties like Reform. Because now you'd hear Farage actually, you know what I'm saying, like a lot more, and him maybe really being able to influence things that's going on in this country. But then it would also allow other minorities too, like us, for example, right? Or do you feel like it should remain with the two parties and to actually get some change, we need to be part of the system?
Well, that's why it's probably why it's set up, so it's more effective, isn't it? Like you're saying, so you can get change, because if there's too many voices and you give, and then it's split, and then you give attention to too many voices, then you're never actually going to get to any real decisions. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? So when you got the two there, and that's what everybody's led towards, it's going to be more definitive. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That you're going to get change, and then when you got when most people rock with those, it's representative of the majority of the people as well, rather than spreading it too thin. So I get it. I get why it's set up like that, because it's too indecisive. People, there's going to be, if you've got too many options, then no decisions are really going to be made. Or then even when you're spreading it thin, and then someone does get the majority, because it's spread so thin, the majority is still not even representative of the actual majority of people, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's necessary. I feel like it's set up like that on purpose. And I feel like for one of them to come up, they would have to actually replace the other one. So like, whether it be Reform or Lib Dems or even Green Party, for them to come up and have the level of power that Labour or Conservative have, I don't think it would change it to where, like, what happens with the Prem, like, oh no, it's a free-for-all race, like, kind of thing. No, I think one will come over and then literally just take over the other one. So Reform would replace the Tories or something like that. All the Tories start jumping ship. Coming to Reform, because obviously it's the same two-party setup. They want to be able to create the change and make the decision. So it's not gonna. They don't want to split. It's just gonna. It's better if there's two of them. So it would replace one. I don't think. Even with all these things coming up, I don't think it's in a place where you're gonna spread it, because it weakens your vote essentially, almost.
Is it dictated by the titans of industry? The parties.
You mean right now?
For as long as they've been
I think so.
ruling party and opposition.
I think so.
This is what dictated by the titans of industry.
Yeah.
What, the donors?
Because it's all about economics at the end of the day, isn't it?
100%.
I suppose the titans of industry do wield the most power and then have the most influence, because obviously depending on where their money's going, in it.
This is why they didn't want Corbyn. This is why they had to slander him and call him anti-Semitic, because he wanted to completely flip the script.
Yeah. But that's not just the titans of industry, though, Brent. That was the Untouchables that were trying to do that with Corbyn.
Titans of industry, I said. I said what I said.
I like that one.
I said what I said.
This is very true. The titans of industry.
And that's why they are looking like conservative light right now, no? Because I heard somewhere, I don't know if it was LBC or BBC or ITV, I don't know, but they said that Keir Starmer was frustrated with the debate because all he has done is done what the Conservatives said that they were going to do, and then mid run up to the debate now, they decide to just flip it, and say they were going somewhere else. So he can't open his mouth and say, but what we're talking about is what you were basically going to campaign on, because then he would be like, your skirt be pulled up. Yeah. You're literally just conservative light, literally. But obviously, if that's the case, nothing is going to change. Like, nothing's going to change.
Not too much.
But what do you feel about? It's funny you mention that. What do you feel about? I believe.
What do you actually want to change? What is it that you actually want to change? I know you talk about parking. Outside of that, what do you want to change? I know what has, in my head, affected my interest in politics over the last decade. I know why I'm so invested in it at this point. What has it been for you? Because it's been a lot of madness.
It's weird because I've never really cared about the politics. You know what I'm trying to say? So obviously, even though they've been in power for 14 years, I've gone through power changes and stuff like that, and the dynamics of my life didn't really change. But obviously, it's because of how I was living before that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So obviously, this transition is probably a bit different, where man's kind of more concentrating on the politics. I'm not actually sure.
Let me help you.
What I want to change. I just think. Yeah, I just think there needs to be repercussions and.
For what? What have they done?
What, the Tories?
Yeah, what have they done?
Well, they messed up the economy. They've done. How
have they messed up the economy?
Huh?
Now, I beg you, jumping back into your Tory bag here, Emmanuel, and argue against these things that he's saying, because he said he messed up the economy.
Well, Truss and Kwarteng nearly.
Wait, you waited until Truss? That's how recent you're going back?
Well, that's what they done. When
Just the other day.
Well,
but Emmanuel, before then, he's saying that they will.
But I already told you before then. I didn't care. So it
was only Truss and.
I've only cared recently. Before then, I don't give a shit who's in power. It doesn't change my world. I don't work. I don't pay. I don't do the things that you don't do. So all this stuff doesn't make a difference, but doesn't make a blind bit of difference to me.
Let's try something else. What can you remember that has happened nationwide over the last 10 years that has impacted your interest in what's going on in 10 Downing Street?
I have not had an interest in what's going on in 10 Downing Street up until the last 3-4 years or whatever, maybe 2-3 years.
So what global event has happened? If
COVID.
national, all right, COVID. What happened before COVID?
What, that made me care?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Brexit? Bloody hell. So Brexit wasn't a big thing for you? Interesting.
Do you fully blame the Tories for that, Brett?
100%.
Why?
Because they were in power.
Okay.
What?
No. It may seem like a silly thingy, but
it's not. I fully blame them. I fully blame them. And do you understand how it affected the economy?
The reason why I'm saying this, though, Brent, is watch this, Mark. Yeah. You're in power, but you've decided, you know what? This is something that's becoming somewhat of an issue, right? In terms of how our people, our businesses within the UK are able to move about, right? And benefit the UK. So I'm going to put it to the people of Britain. I'm not going to decide for them. I'm going to say, people in Britain, decide for yourselves. Should we stay in power? You're smiling. Wait a minute. I'm going to say, people in Britain, let's decide together democracy, yeah? And then the 52% say, let's leave.
You're crazy. And remember, this all started with this whole all politicians lie, and there's no difference.
All right.
Lie is a lie is a liar, right? If you are lied to about this particular thing, where they're struggling seeing doctors, and they need to see doctors, and they are hearing it's all Europe's fault, right? We're paying 350 million every week. Do you know how much that is? Every week to them. And once it is that we're out of Europe, we're going to be able to use that money to basically make the NHS to Wakanda. Do you understand? Getting equipment in, you come in, pew, healed, gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And as soon as it is, they did that, they pulled the rug and then ran away. Said they never said that. Right? So when you are saying that they left it up to the people, they lied to the people.
When
that matters.
What's this, Brent?
They voted on what? On lies.
Yes, they did. But when Trump had up Biden the other day and was lying to the people, who should have corrected Trump?
You mean the host? It depends on the platform.
No, Biden should have. Biden should have.
Wait a minute.
If Biden was able, he would have done that.
Wait. Are you suggesting that you didn't have all of the party members from different parties screaming, they're lying? brother. You know,
no, but that's what I'm saying to you.
That guy,
that's what I'm saying to you, bro.
That guy, there's a black guy who became famous during that time. Femi.
The light skin man.
Huh?
The light skin.
No, he's black. He's dark skin black. Femi. I can't remember what his last name is, but he
politician.
No, he's.
Oh, okay. I thought you talking about politician.
No. And it wasn't just Femi, by the way. It's a lot of people were basically saying, screaming, they're lying to you. This is not what's happening. This is not what's happening. But obviously, Boris and the boss, the marketing was just brilliant, right?
The PR was good, man. They put a lot of money into that.
Yeah.
They had a budget.
Yeah. And then they were interviewing people and they were saying, I want my bananas back. Something like that. I want my bananas back. I mean, it was straight cocaine to the vein. And they swore blind. Remember, it was so feral. I'm not sure you remember that time when people were fighting.
They done a number of people.
Leave, and then you had the remainers. It was mad. You had to have COVID to basically just chill everybody out. To knock everybody back down. But that, for me, is the biggest mess up. And remember, now you have to go through madness to even go to Europe and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't feel that?
Yeah.
I feel it when I travel, yeah.
You can't go and work abroad in Europe like how it is that you don't care anymore. But the young people care. It matters. And the people who were voting were the people who it wasn't affecting them anyway. They're going to be gone.
But don't things take time, though? Let's just say...
you're saying that it will turn out that Brexit was the best.
Let's just say that's possible.
Do you know that do you know we still have ties to Europe? We're still having to do certain things, but it's not in the forefront.
Yeah.
Like the sort of...
Even the Rwanda.
We're not removed from them, but we don't have the privileges that we did. You do realize that, right?
But we were paying for the privileges.
Oh, we are. We definitely are.
No, but we were too.
We are still paying for the...
in different ways. Yeah, but we were paying big money for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it's just like bloody America and the UK now.
What big money were we
NATO.
paying for the privileges?
Loads of money that was being pumped
The
into...
350 a week?
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
It may not be that amount, Brent, but the UK was putting a lot of money into this EU thing, saving countries like bloody Greece that ain't contributing to nothing.
This is bonkers.
No, but it's fact, though.
This is bonkers. This here is bonkers.
I'm not saying, yeah.
You do realize that what they currently they've been fiddling and pilfering our money for as long as they've been collecting taxes, right?
Yeah.
They've been buying stupid things. They've been giving the contracts to their brethren. They've been doing that forever. They are going to continue doing that, right? Especially the conservatives, right? And they have a habit of doing that. They're not going to stop. It doesn't even matter if it is Labour's in power.
All right.
They're still going to be doing the same bloody thing, right? So I have always argued, you can find at 350 million a week from the stuff that you look to basically thief and put where you shouldn't be putting and pocketing where you should be pocketing, right? You don't have to basically scream a lie in order to fix this economy. Do you understand? The people in power decide to basically go after their own. Yes?
Okay.
That's what always happens, right? They could care less about the poor. Corbyn, I believe Corbyn. He actually wanted to basically say, all right, you know, the money that we're putting over here, the money that we're not basically taxing these titans of industry, and we should be doing it, right? I can put that to good use. That's where all that money can be generated from. Do you understand? But again, the powers that be, as you said, they don't want that uncomfortability. They don't want that upheaval of the status quo. They don't, because they're comfortable, right? Brexit was a big mess up. The biggest mess up that the UK has ever inflicted on themselves. And it's off the back of a lie. Lies.
I get what you're saying, man. All I'm saying is that...
We should wait a while.
No.
It will come good.
By the way, I think the UK should have remained. But I'm just saying, for those people who supported Brexit, their argument would be, it's just been a few years. Like, this union's been there for how many years now? Like, it's going to take time for the UK to kind of, you know, be properly independent and for things to settle.
You know how mad it is for you to think that you're going to be better. Remember, this UK here is not an example of good civilization. It's not. The idea that you think it's going to continue growing to the heights in which it used to be, bollocks.
Not necessarily used to be though, but it's just more so. It just won't be as bad as people are saying right now, because then, like, everything takes time, innit, to settle. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's their argument. That's trying
mad.
to say. You know what I'm saying?
You know, because they were promising immediate.
Which is crazy.
They were promising immediate.
That's crazy. But again, yeah, as much as I'll be honest with you, I blame David Cameron for all of this, 100%, because I don't see why he needed to do that at all. When he was doing it, I just thought he was a bloody idiot. Like, it's an unnecessary risk. But it's obviously because he thought he would win, right? But saying that, I think the people need to take responsibility too. Like, everyone in the nation voted, right? Well, you know, those who voted. And 52% said, let's leave.
Bargs, make the argument, please.
That what?
He's saying that the people that
Have
were
to
lied
take some
to
responsibility.
should take responsibility.
But they heard both sides of the
They have to
story.
take some
No, they didn't.
Why not?
They didn't hear both sides.
So why didn't they hear
Because
both
the
sides?
mainstream media was pushing the flipping lies more than they were pushing the truth. Did you not live it through this? Why am I shouting? Why am I shouting? Why am I shouting?
You got
Why am I shouting?
there's some kind of accountability taken that you need to take. You're not doing your due diligence because the information
What
is
do you vote
out
for?
there.
Mr. Swinglegger. What do you vote for?
I didn't vote. Everyone thinks I was gonna vote leave.
Can you tell me what got it for you? Was it the buzz? What was it? Was it bananas? What was it?
Didn't want to be part of a European superstate.
Yeah? What? That sounded like a football analogy. What would you say?
So I didn't want to be part of a European superstate.
What's that?
The
EU.
The EU.
No, you said you didn't want to be part of the thing that was not broken for the longest while?
I just didn't want to be part of a European superstate. I wanted independence.
For what? What's the benefit?
I don't know.
You sounded nice, right?
Yeah, just
yeah,
sounded,
yeah. Mr. Independent Self-Employed guy, yeah?
Yeah, it just sounded,
I want some of that.
It just sounded cool. it just sounded really cool. You know, Europe not being Europe's not dictating to us and making up their laws. And if you ask me what laws did I have a problem with Europe making, I'll tell you, absolutely no idea. But that's just the rhetoric. You get me? It just sounded cool, man. Independence, doing for self. Just sounded all right, even though I didn't. But if I did vote, I probably would have went leave at the time. And I would have been wrong for it. But obviously, it's all propaganda and stuff, isn't it? You buy into all these kind of things. But he's right, though. Obviously, just sitting down and just watching the news or just reading the newspapers is going to say different things depending on what the politics that channel fucks with. You got to do more due diligence. You got to do better of actually finding information because the information was out there. Like you're saying, there's people out there that were screaming and telling you that they're lying to us. How did they know? It's because they done their due diligence. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you didn't, you have to take some accountability. You got to look in the mirror. If you just believed everything that they was telling you and then just started spewing it and regurgitating it out there and just going out, like you have to take accountability for that. So of course you feel stupid and you feel duped and hoodwinked and all that. But that embarrassment's probably a part of the reason why you have to face facts, that you have to take some accountability for your actions as well. Like you just listened to everything that they were telling you and didn't, like, of course there's accountability that needs to be taken for everybody that believed it. James
O'Brien is the type of fella who be like, told you so. Because he was screaming. He was screaming. All of them are lying.
It's crazy.
And then afterwards when people question, what's what you wanted? That guy's cheeky. Cheeky.
And this is why I say that the people need to take some responsibility, because it's not like everyone was just like all the media outlets are all far right. You had some media outlets talking about why leaving is a silly idea, but it just happened to be that the leavers were more creative with their marketing.
And then it got to a point where, because the people voted, right? Labour didn't want to look as though they were being undemocratic.
Yep.
Still looking to push and hamper down on, you see, you've just did a big mess up. Because they're now thinking, if it is that we make them feel stupid, then they're not going to vote for us next time around.
Yeah.
You understand? So they've created this stupid pit in which it is that they can't get out of.
Yeah.
Even some people were even telling Labour, hey, I beg you, stop moving like you're conservatives. Say you're going to basically fix the stuff. You're going to look to rejoin the EU. Get that whole travel back. Get the young people being able to go and work and to go to university in Europe, right? Because that's where the stats were showing. The majority of the people that were voting leave were the people who wouldn't even live in these places of commerce, right? They were old mother effers who, some of them even had homes abroad. Do you understand? They came back and said, there was some in flipping Greece who said, yeah, put my vote in. You go have an independence. He's chilling in Greece. Yep. He's chilling in Greece.
Insane.
Do you understand? Because of what this Boris and Farage was there doing. These madmen. I was so furious during the time. And the thing is, I'm thinking, does it directly impact me? I found out when I went to Tesco. This ain't here no more. It's there no more.
Yeah.
Do you understand? We have to get the olive oil from all these particular places, and the price is hiked up.
Yep.
Right? I'm now eating food where they don't have to be basically stringent on what they put in it anymore. I'm living in America.
Which is
Do you understand?
Yes.
Did you vote?
Of course I did.
Did you vote Remain?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
So you done your due diligence then?
You know, it was so mad. They actually put this on the bloody voting thing.
What?
Normally, you don't have these type of decisions.
What do you mean?
It was like a referendum, innit?
Yeah,
It was a
referendum,
stat
yeah.
one. You don't normally put, here you go, vote for this thing.
Yeah.
Just like it's normally vote for who you want to support. Just
Exactly. It was
How
so unnecessary.
mad it was.
It was
And
so unnecessary.
for the mainstream
think it's-
media to not put the facts and say, nope, like.
So
mad.
after the fact, do you think it would be fair for them to call for another referendum to rethink Brexit?
That's what I'm saying.
That Labour
If-
should have done.
Yes. To say, all right, this is a documentary that you guys need to basically look at. Here's what was said. Here's what was retracted. Here's what they promised. Here's what happened. Here's the truth. But I'm even thinking, like, in order to basically tell the truth, you need to also show people that you have been, doesn't matter which party is in power, you've been messing around with the common man and woman for the longest while. I feel as though they might even like to slap themselves in the back in order to basically get that truth over. Because all those backdoor deals and this, that, and X, all these particular countries like are peeing on the common man and woman anyway. But the biggest thing for me, 100% is Brexit. 120% is Brexit. That even affected the Premier League. What are you talking about?
In what way?
You now need special circumstances to get the things that you would just get quickly because you're allowed that easy access to basically come on.
I hear what you're saying, but the product's still there though, so I don't care about all that. I'm watching that.
All I'm saying is it was mad. The maddest thing that's happened. And then boom, COVID. And even during COVID, you Conservatives didn't handle that at all properly. And the amount of, and you, Manuel, saying everybody lies, the amount of lies that was said. And this is where, Emmanuel, you shot yourself in the foot. Because if you're fine with the lies, then how come you're arguing with Demi about them lying about the vaccines and them things there?
No.
They shouldn't have lied about such and such.
It's not a case of me being alright with the lies. It's me saying people need to actually do their research. Stop believing people that lie to you every day. That's my point, always. Stop believing them. Why do you think they love you 1 minute and then the next minute they hate you? It doesn't make no sense. They have their agenda and will stay true to that agenda. Use your brain and do your own research and actually just question things.
I think it's unfair for you to be a leader and not account for the people that can't just digest things in the manner in which it is that you can. Emmanuel, you can't be the smartest man in the world and think that you are valuable if it is that you don't take the time to dumb it down to people,
100%.
masses. It's your intelligence is completely void. It's useless.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to things that we trust you to do this. People always say, go to doctors and listen to doctors.
Yeah.
Listen to them. They don't say, go and do your own research and then quiz the doctors. That's not what they say. They say listen to professionals, right?
100%.
And then when it is you don't listen to professionals, you get railroaded, right? You get mocked. Why did you go and do that stuff for yourself? You're supposed to be there to flipping be the person to give me the truth.
True, but if we've seen time and time again that the people who are meant to give us the truth are not necessarily giving us the truth, or giving us the truth in doses mixed with something else, then at some point we have to say, you know what? I've got to change things. You know what I'm saying? I've got to change things, especially if your life or the lives of your loved ones depend on it. You know what I mean?
I think that is dodging accountability for those being placed in power, saying that they're going to serve the people.
No, we definitely have to sort them out as well, 100%. And like, you know,
they shouldn't be rewarded for lying to us.
Of course not.
And making our lives less better than it was. Surely. Because they got voted in because of the lies that they told us. You promised us a better life. And we gave you this power for you to now make our lives worse, and we should then hold corn for that. You lied to us.
So okay. Let me ask you this then. Do you feel like Farage and Boris? Do you feel like Farage and Boris actually believed what they were saying? Do you feel like they were doing this for jokes? Why do you think they were doing this?
I fully well believe Boris knew what to say in order to get the commoners. 350 million a week. He knew that was a lie, because you had the opposing people saying he's lying. To suggest as though he thought that he was telling the truth. Brother, the quick haste, remember, he didn't last, that bus didn't last for the entire campaign. It got removed quick. Remember that trail of there's so many people coming in?
Syrians.
And when it got...
The Syrians.
Yeah. When it got compared to such and such, you all quickly moved. But they'd already done their damage.
Yeah.
It was set into people's minds. This is what's happening. And when it is that they're blaming all of Europe for every single thing, every single blight that was happening to the population, obviously the population's like, Europe is the fault. 100% Europe is the fault. And again, the voters who were voting, it wasn't London. Well, we were seeing the London feedback, but it was the rest of them. And I'm not sure if you've seen any documentaries since then. They've gone into these particular trading outposts, right? And it's decimated their business completely. Decimated their businesses. Those people who were there on the outskirts and whatnot, saying that this is what was going to happen, blah, 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 they're normally big on this whole factory work type thing, right? Because that's what is over there, the cars and the standards, all that decimated. Because why am I flipping putting a factory there if it is that you're not even coming to work? Do you understand? And there's so many conditions now I have to fill out in this, that, and next. Nah, I'm removing my factories. And that's what happened. Literally, that's what happened. And everybody started complaining. But nobody was like, sorry. And maybe that's why it is that they're even vexed with conservatives these days, isn't it? Because of what? Maybe they're silently just protesting. Maybe that's what it is. But to go to Farage, who was the main culprit for... Nah, bro. Nah.
I noticed Farage is still saying that he wasn't wrong. He's still pushing that, and people are still voting reform.
I don't know enough about the economics.
For that, though.
Is there any world where they could bounce back without being in the EU? Is there any world where England can bounce back without being in the EU?
When you say bounce back to the level which is that you were enjoying whilst in the EU, because some people even argue. I mean, there's still so much more the government could have done to basically make our lives better, even when we're in the EU. So what mark are you looking at?
We're just back to how things were before.
When you say that, as in us being able to get what we need in the markets. Remember they were saying we could just go do free trade with Australia.
This is it, because obviously it's like free trade. What country is it that's got the free trade agreements? Is it Norway or something like that?
Brother, they were mentioning some whack stuff.
That's what they was holding against, saying, look, we could do what Norway do. Norway's not part of this, but they free trade everywhere. But obviously England they're not even exporting anything.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That. Anyway, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, so there's that need for trade's not even there. So obviously it's never going to be the same. But I'm just saying, They've messed up stuff with the drivers. Is there a time? Is it like what he's saying? Potentially just like
who's saying? I beg you talk to him because that's what he's saying.
Well, he's saying potentially you never know. It's like just a down period where things are obviously it's going to take time, but then that's what I say. I don't know the economics of behind it. What does it look like? How can they bounce back?
We need to do other agreements to get those aisles, those I don't know what you call it, the things in the aisles where you have stuff sitting on them.
Shelves.
To get the shelves stuck back up with the variety and the price that is good for our pockets, you need to do another agreement. You have to. What has happened since then? Because how many years has it been since Brexit? You know how many years has it been? What has materialized off the back of that? And all you can see in the shelves are more space, more money.
So there's nothing.
And that happened overnight, you know.
Has anything positive come from it?
Talk to me. Talk to me about the positivity.
I don't know. I'm asking you. I don't know.
Emmanuel, talk to him. Tell him what was positive that came from it.
From Brexit?
Yeah, man.
At the moment, not much. Not much, man. But it may change tomorrow, man.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's what you're banking on.
Look. What's funny is I remember watching a documentary about Boris, yeah, and the people apparently around him said that when they actually found out they won the next day, they were like amazed. They were like, "What the hell do we do now?" Because they didn't think they were going to win.
I know.
They really didn't. Him, Michael Gove, all of them thought, we're finished now. Like, we really now need to execute this. They really were just trying to make a statement. That's it. And because of that, because of how hard they went, we're in this situation.
And the statement they wanted to make was so that they can remain in power. And remember, we are the best government to basically run this through because we were the one who campaigned for it. So, of course, they had to basically vote them in. And they gave them how many years to basically get this through? And what has happened?
Yeah, you got to take accountability for your actions. That's why you feel like you're angry. We're the first. We must be the first people in human civilization to like imply sanctions on them, to willingly imply them kind of sanctions on themselves.
Can you imagine?
You know what I'm trying to say?
That's crazy.
Accountability's got to be taken somewhere for the decisions that man made. Obviously, we was duped and hoodwinked and stuff like that.
Oh, we were duped now.
Huh?
You said you were going to vote because you wanted independence.
Yeah, I was all right. I'm still happy. I'm still cool. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's crazy how you haven't realized the change in how your pound is spent.
I have, but it's like I was far removed from society like that in the sense of like, yeah, but the world keeps ticking and shit keeps going and like we've got bigger fish to fry. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the shit show's the shit show. Obviously, like, yeah, our pound was stronger and it was better, but the same shit's going on. There's a lot of people that, you know, look at this thing. Now, let me not even say that because you do feel it. You do feel the crunch of the economy and all these kind of things, and people do feel it. But like the decision makers and these changes and stuff that has been happening for the beginning of the time. Like, there's a lot of people whose lives are just going on. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's worse, but it's like it was bad anyway, if that makes sense. So I don't know.
You know, what dawned on me the other day is, you know, if in your family you had people who were directly affected or impacted by the things that happen that we report on, you know, you'd care more.
That's human nature.
100% is human nature. But when we're talking about stuff like this, I'm asking you to place yourself in a position. Because right now, you can say things because it hasn't impacted you in your head. Right? But surely you should understand you're a collective at this point.
Yeah, no, you got to talk from your own point of view as well, though. It's like a collective, I hear that, but I didn't.
But you voted to leave.
I didn't.
Would have.
You would have. Didn't me. But you said you would have voted because you wanted independence, even though you're saying that it wouldn't have affected you either way. Do you know how irresponsible that is?
This is what the problem is. There's people like me that exist. This is the problem with the world. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But it's true, though. It's like, when I sit down and I think about all the things that's happened post-Brexit, and definitely it's affected all of us. It's been crazy. But I'm just saying, I was coming from a place where these things don't really matter, if that makes sense. Like, I know that money's tight, whatever. If you need more money, you go get more of it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That's just not everybody's value, because people don't really work and people got confined into different situations and stuff like that. But it's like we've like growing up in the streets and hustling, and just trying to say that you need something, you go and get it. You need more money. Oh, what, they ain't got that over there? All right, cool. I'll go and get it over there. You need more money, you go and make more of it. You get what I'm trying to say? That that's just the mindset. So you just keep going. So it doesn't. All this stuff that they're doing doesn't really affect us because we're down here anyway. We're in the mud anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like, oh, this week there's 80% mud in there. Next week is 95% mud. We're in the mud. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you want to come and flavor up the shitty surroundings. Like, it don't really make a difference to everybody. Everybody's still been in the same shit from the beginning of time in the estates, doing what they got to do, having to hustle, needing a side hustle, needing extra money, needing to cut corners here and there and whatnot. And yes, things are worse, and you do feel it when you actually take a step back and look at it, and then like you could say, yeah, this and that and that and that. But at the same time, a lot of people been in the same position for God knows how long. You know what I'm trying to say? So a lot of them things that didn't affect me like that. Like, a lot of the serious decisions, a lot of like the worldly decisions didn't affect me like that because I wasn't of the world living the same way you were living. So I didn't notice certain things. And that's why I've only really cared about the politics and stuff and the things that's going on in the last few years recently. It's because it's just changes that I've made to my life and living differently. Like, but if you're growing up in the streets and doing road shit, all that, who gives a shit? None of that stuff don't matter. And that's why you can even make decisions like that and talk about, yeah, I want independence. You get what I'm trying to say? Because you're not even really taking into consideration what's going on. The effects of it is not even really, I don't know, it's naivety, all these kind of things. This is true. This is real things. You get me? I know that's not a majority or nothing like that, but there's people out there that can understand where I'm coming from and will speak to them, because it's all the same shit. It's not affecting us the same way. Like, because it's affecting you now because you're started off from a point of privilege, and now your privileges are lesser than you feel like your rights have been revoked and all these kind of things. But we started from a place of being under the, you know what I'm trying to say, under the cosh anyway. So we feel it less. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't feel more oppressed because all your freedoms and that are going and very. We had less of them anyway, kind of thing.
It's crazy what you're telling me.
I'm just telling you.
No, it's crazy what you're telling me, because you're saying that it didn't touch you anyway, right? Didn't touch you anyway, right? So why you care about it? But yet you're running around being an influencer, talking about leave because of independence.
I didn't influence no one to leave.
Leave the conversation alone. Don't even dip your toe in.
I didn't have that conversation with nobody. I didn't influence anybody to leave.
You said over the last few years, your mind has changed because it's affected you. Is it what, the petrol? What was it? Tell me how it affected you. Because I know over the last few years, TDA started, so you've been made aware of certain things. You've tuned into LBC. You've tapped into the frustrations of the nation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. How did it affect you these last 3 years? How has it impacted you?
The economy is in the mud. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't get any more bang for my buck.
All right.
You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not getting more bang for my buck.
And you could notice that, right?
Yeah.
Because we had that Wingate.
Yeah.
We literally had Wingate. And the week after Wingate, pew!
Price skyrocketed. Yeah.
Gone.
So that's what I say. I've been noticing it now differently. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, yes. So the things that you're saying are true, but obviously, I wasn't thinking like that before.
And these 3 years, if you were to make the decision again, what would you think about doing?
But obviously, we've got all the information now with hindsight, and we know that like it was better before.
Fair, you're saying, well, Brad, we're living in the after. Obviously, I would turn the clocks back, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he might turn the clocks back.
You don't think he would?
What about Brexit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. For a guy that said just 10 minutes ago, hey, see what happens tomorrow.
See what happens, yeah. It's going to be all right.
See what happens tomorrow.
But
don't give this time. It's a cook.
But that wasn't my own opinion. Like I said, I voted Remain. I believe Remain is definitely the best thing. I'm just saying, for those who believe Brexit is best, I could understand why they would give it some time. Why are you expecting everything to just be amazing in the next couple years?
And it's even after it was promised that it would be changed immediately.
Yeah.
Even after. So more fool the person who keeps on listening to the person who doesn't deliver on the things that they basically say. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. At the end of the day, I definitely hear what you're saying about like the Tories messed it up with that. Like David Cameron, there was absolutely no need for him to do that. But I still believe the public should be taking some responsibility, and I don't necessarily blame, I guess, Labour for saying, you know what, let's be democratic and honour what people are saying, because that's democracy by definition. You know what I'm saying? The people have said this is what the situation is. I didn't necessarily like the fact that we gave the people to vote, but this is what they voted. Let's make sure that we carry out the wish of the people. I think you need to be able to do that. So I don't blame Labour for doing that. I don't blame Boris for implementing it, even though he was one of the people that orchestrated the whole nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So it's just part and parcel of this whole thing, man, unfortunately. But before we wrap up quickly, I just wanted to say, what do you guys think about like having a situation where we instead of voting for one party, we voted for, let's just say, the top 5 in order of what we would want? So you know, like how, for example, you choose your children's primary schools and stuff, but you would rank like the top 6, for example. So if they don't get their first choice, they may get their second choice, and then you kind of have a weighting system. What do you think about that? So let's just say you don't get your first choice, but you don't feel too hard done by if you get your second choice in power. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just saying, oh, I want Labour, and then not getting Labour, and then you get the exact opposite. You know what I'm saying? But if you voted Labour, but then you had to get Lib Dems or Green Party, you're not too, you know what I mean?
So it's just like your first vote's worth the most, and then that kind of setup.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd still get the same results in this country with Conservative and Labour.
But then, I think people would be less concerned about the wasted vote thing, because you can vote for your first choice always, you know what I mean? But then say, okay, cool, just in case I don't get my first choice, here's my second best, and then I'll put in Tories third or Labour fourth or whatever it may be. You can vote for your best ones. You know what I'm saying? You would never feel like it's a wasted vote necessarily. People can really vote for who they want.
I think it would take decades for that.
Mm-hmm.
For that, if you change the system, I think it would take decades for you to actually start noticing it. Like, even if you gave people the options to do that now, with the next few elections, again, I just think it would be the same 2 parties that will garner most of the votes. Anyway.
True. It would definitely take time. But I feel like that might be a fairer system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose it wouldn't be bad. I just don't know if it would. Yeah, I just don't know if it would make a difference, to be totally honest with you.
Okay. Brent, what do you think?
What's the question?
Do you feel like we should have a system where we kind of vote for...
And then my preferred second choice?
Yeah. So like you'd rank them at your top 5.
And how would that feed into or inform anything?
Because then we would know who's... what people's like real first choices are. So a lot of time, this whole 2-party system,
how would
continues...
we know what their real first choice are if they vote for a first choice and then a second?
Because a lot of people now are not voting for who they want. They're voting so that you can prevent someone from being in power. You know what I'm saying? So because I don't want the Tories in power, I'm going to vote for Reform, for example. You know what I'm saying? Rather than actually voting for Labour, because they don't like Labour. But if I wanted Labour in power, I could vote for Labour. Or if I wanted Reform in power, I could vote for Reform. Then give my second vote to Labour. Then give my third, for example, to Lib Dems. Then Tories.
Yeah, I think it's stupid. If you're still going to be voting for the one you want to tactically vote for, the second running, I guess it's only going to just inform the parties that you voted for first. Just to tell them, buck up, please, because I was tempted to go to Reform.
No, because your first vote could get them in power.
Let's start again, because maybe I'm misunderstanding. This time around, you're saying you could vote for the one you want.
Yep.
But second.
So then your second will be your second choice. So it doesn't have to be, for example, let's just say it doesn't have to be out of the 2 parties. So it literally could be Green Party, Lib Dems, SNP.
Oh, I understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's ranking it in order, right? I understand.
So Tories and Labour could be like 5th and 6th.
But how? I asked you, outside of the first vote, because the first vote is what's going to be counting, right?
No, but they all count. So basically, it will be like a weighted thing. So let's just say it was like 10 points was given to the first one.
Is it all going to be
points.
weighted equally for everybody?
No, because your first choice will have more of a preference. We have more voting power.
Oh, so you're saying, let's just say across the board, a lot of people might be voting for the Green second, but their first might switch to Tory, it might be Labour, it might be just end there. Off the back of that, the seats in Parliament for the second would be cool, lovely. I think it's too complicated. I think it's stupid. I think doing that is stupid. I don't know what benefit that would have. If your first vote is how much would be represented, right? It's going towards who's going to represent your particular constituency in Parliament. What does a second do? They're not going to get any seats whatsoever. Like whatsoever.
No. Okay, so what would happen is, for example, if you're not able to get your first vote, for example, it's not, how do I put it? It's not like your second and third vote will do nothing, right? But it's more so it shows how much people want other things. So let's just say, for example, if I vote.
So that's what I said. Is it just to inform?
No. It could actually change things. So for example, let's just say I voted Tory, and Margs voted Tory as his last choice, like 6th place. But then 2 other people in the room voted for Labour as their second choices. So you voted like Green Party first, the other person voted Lib Dems first as well, but both of you voted Labour as your second choice. Because of the weighting that's given to those second choices, you may get Labour in power, even though none of us voted for Labour being first choice.
I don't know how you've worked that out.
All right,
I think you've just used words, but you haven't shown how.
All right, follow me. All right, so let's just say there's five choices, for example. Yeah. First choice gets 5 points. Yeah. Second, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So I vote Tories. Margs votes Tories as his 5th choice, right? And you and Gina don't vote Tory at all. So Tories have got 6 points now. Yeah. But even though you voted for the Green Party with 5 points, yeah, and Gina voted Lib Dems 5 points. Nobody else voted Lib Dems.
No, I understand what you're doing now. If you're doing it like that, and there's only 1 point difference between the first and the second,
that's just a simplified.
Everybody could basically vote 1-1-1-1-1. No. I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking in my head. I don't think it's going to work. And I don't think it's fair for me to just say that without explaining why it's not going to work.
Because it would work.
What?
Because it would work. Because you get more. No,
for you to say that the majority didn't vote for Labour, but because more people chose them as a second, they are in power.
Mm-hmm. Because it speaks to more sort of an average of a mean. You know what I'm saying? Like more of us don't mind them being second place. You know what I'm saying? Which means I would rather have my second place than you or me get my 6th place. Like, people hate Tories who are Labour supporters.
Why I say this, maybe you are being more democratic with this particular proposition, only because reform could be second for everybody. Yep. Because they might be promising removal of university fees, right? And when you spread out the first votes for everybody, not everybody chose just one party.
Exactly.
Or 2 parties, right? But their second was definitely reform because of that particular policy. They will be skinning teeth off the back of that one promise where the majority didn't really pick them for the first. Do you think that's fair?
I don't like it.
Because it's nasty.
It's just nobody. So essentially, nobody's first pick could get in there, but because everybody's
second pick was that.
But remember, you like your second pick. They're just not your first pick.
Yeah, but
It's better than your fifth pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hate the Tories.
Yeah, but that's not.
But you don't mind reform.
No, it's just weakening my vote as well. The vote's supposed to be for my strongest pick. My strongest pick's supposed to be the one that I want. Like, yeah, no, I hear where you're coming from, but I wouldn't like that. I don't think I'd like that.
You sure? Like, if you think about it in everyday life, right? You can't get the Mercedes Benz, but you get the Ford instead of the bloody Kia. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still something.
No, man, second place is still second place, man. It's just the first loser. So I'm never getting my first choice. I want my first choice. I'm never getting my first choice, but I should be happy because I'm always getting my second choice. No, my second choice is not even what I want first.
But you hate the other alternative.
Yeah, but there needs to be a system where I should be able to get my first choice.
Yeah, but you may do. You may do, though. Like if enough of us vote for your first choice, then you get your first choice. But if you don't get your first choice, at least you didn't get your sixth choice. You know what I'm
saying? I don't know. There might be something to it.
But anyway. All right, cool. I guess we can wrap up topic of the day there,
This
man.
minute run, because it's my last point.
Okay.
Suppose that there are just three parties to consider, right? There's the main two, and then there's reform, right? Yeah. By default, and the rest of them were saying madness. I don't know. Save the trees, save the land, save the bees, and I don't know. Right? Like real extreme views. And the only kind of like sane one was the reform. Right? You're picking them just because you have to fill this out. You can't abstain because of Emmanuel's dictatorship.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You have to basically do that, and you're definitely not going to be doing the rest of it because that's wild. Sorry. They might be in power. The second might be in power just because the half of the rest of the people are voting, half are red, half are blue. First.
Yeah.
But everybody, the second one is the only one that made sense out of the bunch.
Yeah, wouldn't work for me.
But you're looking at a system that doesn't exist, though. Because right now, it's not just two parties in reform. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got Lib Dems, you've got Green Party, you've got other alternatives. You know what I mean? And if you wanted, you can make it the top five. So reform and some of the fringe crazy parties don't even make it.
Talk
into
to
your
us
top
now
five.
before we go on to the next topic. Who would be the top five for you? What's the hierarchy for you?
I can give you my answer tomorrow.
No, I want to see if it changes tomorrow.
Because I don't know about the. Okay, you know what? I need to give it more thought, man.
No, you don't.
I do, man. I do.
Marks, go, please. Show him how it's done.
What if I had to
just
pick
a quick hot take? Show him how it's done.
Top five.
You go Labour, Lib Dems, Green Party, Conservative, Reform.
What reform last?
Well, that's obviously this is the system that we're working with, innit? So to make sure
don't let me question you.
To make sure they get as less votes as possible, I'm gonna put them last.
Okay.
I'm not gonna aid towards it. Why would I do that?
That's true. I think I might do Labour,
Reform.
Tories, Green Party, then Lib Dems, then Reform.
Are you going Reform last as well, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought he was going to go Reform second.
What did he say?
Who's going to go Reform second almost?
What's his lineup? Conservatives?
Nah, I said Labour, Tories, Green Party, then Lib Dems.
Why'd you go for Green Party right after Tories? It's crazy.
Only because I think they're crazy and they talk a bunch of crap as well, like with regards to the economy, but they're not as bad as Lib Dems. I think Lib Dems are a bit too living in the skies and whatnot. But again, I may change all of this tomorrow. Yeah, then Reform last. Reform don't even know what they're talking about.
You like these.
What's that?
If I hold that up for the people, you could take the sleeve off.
Cage.
So what this is, right? I'm updating. I'm
A
upgrading.
grill for your barbecue.
I'm upgrading my grill. Right? I got bare over the years. I got bare like the iron stuff, and it keeps on getting. After a while, it burns through. You ain't burn through that. These are proper fireplace iron grills. Do you understand? I got 4 of them to do all because I got a massive surface area in it. That's not the meat's not going on top of that. That's where the coal's going.
Okay.
I have a thing, a grill thing for the meat that it's fine, it's completely fine.
Okay, cool.
But that is burning through that baby.
It's solid, man.
Yeah, solid.
Cast iron.
Slap it on somebody's head, they're finished.
100%.
All right, let's kick on.
All right, let's get to the headlines.
I want to get to sports, man.
Okay, people. So our next set of headlines, trigger warning on this one, man. Sad news. And police have said that the search for Jay Slater in the area of Tenerife has been called off. This is nearly 2 weeks after his disappearance. The British teenager from Oswald Twistle, which is near Blackburn in Lancashire, has been missing in Tenerife since the 17th of June, when he vanished the morning after a rave. His last known location was the rural Destino Park in the north of the island, which is about an 11-hour walk from his accommodation. A local cafe owner told Sky News that he tried to catch a bus back to Los Cristianos, where he was staying. And somebody else by the name of Ophelia said that she spoke to this particular guy at 8 a.m. on the 17th of June, telling him to get on the bus, and that the bus was due at 10 a.m., but he set off walking, and she said that she later drove past him walking fast. So yeah, man, there's not much information, but the police are keeping their investigation open. And I guess you just have to hope for the best, but the search has been called off. Next headline, and the Duke of Sussex reportedly fears bringing his 2 young children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, to the UK amid his ongoing legal concerns. Prince Harry's 39 and he's continuing to fight for taxpayer-funded security when he does visit the UK, despite no longer being a working royal. So GB News royal correspondent Cameron Walker said that he doesn't feel his family is safe when they're in the UK because they do not have police protection officers with the Met Police with him. So perhaps this is the main reason why Prince Harry isn't bringing Meghan and Archie and Lilibet over to the UK, because he can't guarantee their safety. This comes amid the claims by an attorney for the publisher of The Sun, who has accused Prince Harry of engaging in shocking and extraordinary obfuscation by destroying evidence. It was seeking in his lawsuit claiming that the newspaper violated his privacy by unlawfully snooping on him. And our last headline takes us to China, where a Chinese rocket crashed after being accidentally launched during a ground test on Sunday. This is what the company's space pioneer said in a statement. The crash happened when the first stage of the Tianlong 3 rocket detached from its launch pad during the test due to structural failure. They put out a statement, like I said, saying that due to the structural failure of the connection between the rocket body and the test platform, the first stage rocket was separated from the launch pad. There were no injuries as a result of the crash, the company said, as people in the area were evacuated in advance of the rocket test. And that's it for our headlines. Time to pay them bills.
All right, let's get into People's Journal.
All right, people. So, welcome to the People's Journal. I'll give you the news from an economics point of view. I was going to go through the reform manifesto, but I think I'll leave that to tomorrow's debate. And I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to actually see it live and direct when Reform's representative, Mr. Marks, will be articulating that to the people. But there ain't much to go through. All I will say is that... All I will be saying is that I guess parties, obviously, as you guys know, are ramping up their election campaigns. There's only 3 days left to convince everybody of who to vote for. I hope everyone's planned their days, though, because you know how sometimes if you miss it in the morning and you've got a lot of stuff doing in the rest of the day, you're just going to miss your window for voting. So please plan your days properly so that you actually do vote. So Ed Davey, who's the head.
Your ID too.
And your ID, thank you, Brent. Make sure you got everything with you. So Ed Davey, who's the head of the Lib Dems, he urges people to do something that you've never done before. He's out there saying, vote Lib Dems, vote Lib Dems. SNP leader, who Brent likes as well, John Sweeney, he's pressed about his party's plans for independence, as well as the gender reform bill and NHS. He was speaking about this on Radio 5 Live, so he's really pushing that as well. And to be fair, a lot of people like him, but I think the whole thing about immigration, like, obviously Scotland are living a different life. Scottish people are living a different life to us, isn't it? And he's out there saying, look, we need immigration, which is...
It's their whole entire flipping trade.
You know what I'm saying? But that's like completely different to all the other parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not really looking...
It really isn't.
Yeah.
It really isn't different to other parties, as we've come to find out.
Well, in that way, yeah. The Home Secretary, James Cleverly, was speaking to the BBC, and he said that his party is the only one that's determined to protect the UK borders. You know what I'm saying? Labour obviously are saying that, look, just whatever you do, just don't allow Rishi to be the Prime Minister on Friday. Just make sure that doesn't happen. Which obviously would mean that Labour will take it. And I'm pretty sure that Labour will take it. But it will be interesting to see how people vote. Next thing I want to talk about pretty much is that obviously there has been a reduction in energy price cap that's now taking effect. Households, however, are being warned of a big lift in the bills ahead due to basically wholesale higher gas prices. So the cap, which limits what the suppliers can charge us, basically fell by 7% overnight in the wake of the whole Ofgem review and all that sort of stuff. And the reduction meant that the typical 12-month bill would be around £500 cheaper than it was a year ago, which left the average bill at £1,568, which is a figure that will apply until the next review, which takes place in October. So if you guys remember, in October, we spoke about it last time as well. However, there's been a report that's been put out by the ECIU, which is the Energy and Climate Intelligence Unit, and they said today that consumers should brace themselves for an additional hit of up to £600 over the coming winter because of the wholesale gas prices. So yes, the cap from Ofgem has brought things down, but again, like I always say, man, they give you something in one hand and take it back with the other. And so we may actually be finding ourselves in a situation where we're paying £600 more. Next thing I wanted to mention is, to be fair, we'll probably get into a topic of the day about this, so I won't talk about this much at all. But to be fair, it was one of our headlines as well. And this is basically about the far right in France. Obviously, for the past couple of years, we've been seeing about how they've been starting to dominate politics and stuff, right? I don't know, man. Like, what's you guys' opinions on the fact that it seems like Europe now is moving to the right? Yes, the UK will get some left with Labour, but as a whole, Europe is moving to the right. What do you like? How do you think that's going to affect like minorities in Europe? Do you think it will? Do you feel this is just it's isolated? It's kind of contained to those nations.
Racism is back, man.
But if you was, let's just say, like a white person or a European person, right, ethnically, would you say to yourself, it's like we tried other things and obviously the left just didn't work? We need changes.
It's just like with everything, man. It's just like swings and roundabouts. Everything comes through and goes through, popularizes and whatever, these kind of things. I just think it's that time, innit? Everything's been about inclusivity and diversity and representation and all these things, and it's been a long while. It's been a movement. Look what they've done with woke people being woke and stuff like that. Like, it's been a little while, so I just think it's the other side's time. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it can't be like these things come and go in waves, and I just think it's just that time again. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
so what are you seeing it as? It's just that time where it's just the pendulum swinging to the other side, or that people are being more overt with their racism? Because it could be just that, wait a minute, we've tried this, it's not worked.
They're going to be more overt with it, but it didn't go anywhere. They just never had a voice, innit? So it's just people. This is the kind of politics that people are pushing on, innit? Like, the people that felt like they don't have no voice anymore. They're not allowed to say racist things in the street. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, their country's not what it was. This is the politics that people are pushing on now, innit? Like, let's make everything great again, innit? Let's get back to what it was. That's just I think that's just the movement. That's just it's just the times, isn't it? So yeah, I just think they're just using it. I don't think it's gonna last. obviously, like I said, I think everything just goes through periods and stuff like that. But I just think that's just where they're at right about now. It's just been a lot of inclusivity, diversity, and people of colour just taking over. And I just think the white man's trying to come back.
All right, okay. I guess we'll see if this actually makes its way to the UK as well, man. In the next 10 years.
Well, but reforms that
exactly
the equivalent of it, innit?
Yeah, that's true.
Conservatives were.
Not really, man.
120%. Mama, it was Brexit. I'm going to have to go through this again. During that same time when America was doing what they were doing, we had Boris doing what he was doing. They were literally Batty and Bench. It was Spider-Man. This is just that they weren't as disingenuous.
All right, cool. Next thing I want to talk about is nationwide. They've come out and basically said that high mortgage rates mean that affordability is still stretched for many home buyers. So they pretty much said that even though earnings have been rising faster than the house prices in recent years, there still hasn't been enough of an offset. Hasn't been enough to offset the impact of the high mortgages. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was while I was away, it was reported that NatWest have reduced their mortgage rates and some other banks as well, which obviously makes it more affordable for the average person, despite the Bank of England still refusing to bring down the base rate. But yeah, according to the latest report by Nationwide, they're saying there's still a gap and affordability is still being stretched for many home buyers. And the last thing I wanted to mention, a bit of a light-hearted one, Whatsits. Apparently they got some new flavours, man, which they're looking to put out there. Whatsits and Monster Munch. They got a new cheese toasty flavour. They got a crispy bacon flavour for the sinners out there, and they got Monster Munch barbecue sauce. So I don't know if you guys eat this stuff anymore, but yeah, man, they're apparently making it more healthier as well. 25% less salt. So if this is your thing, maybe you switch over, man. Instead of getting the basic cheese one, get some different flavors, man. But yeah, what's it? Long story short, they're trying to open up their clientele. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the People's Journal, man.
All right, we're going into asking for a friend. Tomorrow we're gonna have a on the campaign trail segment, obviously. Mm-hmm. But I'll talk about that in outro. Cool. Asking for a friend, though.
Let's do it.
Can you read it, please?
Me?
Yes, please.
All right. So
I mean, he's 2 weeks in. He's got a lot of credit.
This is true.
This literally just went here though. I went thinking this went here, innit? You literally just done this.
Yes.
Okay, that's why.
Because it literally just came in.
Oh, okay, cool. I could do it.
All right.
So here we are, asking for a friend. Do I read the name out since he's put it there? No. Let's go anonymity. All right, cool. I miss the culture of being broke. The idea of being broke, but working hard to be a star. The stories I ate cereal for dinner. The days where we were creative as hell. Not saying I want people to be broke and struggling, but in the 90s, it was cool to talk about our struggles out loud in order to get help. This new culture of rich lifestyle is killing our people. It puts pressure on people. I see my friends online with cars, jobs, multiple holidays, new wigs that are £300, nails, designer bags, new build flats, buying £10 sandwiches, and I'm like, is everyone rich or am I broke? I was working a 9 to 5 earning 30k. Then I decided to focus on my business and go freelance, and now I'm trying to earn more money and go back to a 9 to 5 every time I search for a job and see the description. It becomes depressing. Is everyone I mean over 25, 40 earning good money? What's the salary expectations? Should I own a house or a flat already? How are people affording flats in London? Can we have a real chat?
How old is this person?
31.
I think we can make a topic of the day out of this, you know. I think we should give this some proper time, man, because this is a lot of people, I think.
People are doing a lot of pocket watching, yeah?
This is true.
And people don't really know people's business, and all of this stuff is just all smokes and mirrors. And you can be, people there's many people out there that watch people, and probably feel uncomfortable about their own situations, not knowing that they're in a better situation than the person that they're watching.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Do you get what I mean? Like, a lot of it is all smokes and mirrors, and a lot of people are living beyond their means. And yeah, I suppose it's about reality and perception and stuff like that, and what actually means more to you, because I think everybody's going through shit, and not everybody can afford to be living how they're living. But some people just decide that keeping up appearances means more to them than not, I suppose. You get me? Everybody's going through it. Not everybody's rich. Not everybody can be affording to be doing the things that they're doing. Some people can, granted, don't get me wrong. But I think everybody's situation is just different. So I wouldn't sit at home online watching people do stuff and buy into that and read anything too much into that. I think people just got to be happy to just be living within their means and just do what works for them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But yeah, I suppose you can get into it on the topic of the day.
Yeah, I have a hot take for this.
Go on, Brent.
No, as in I want to talk about on topic of the day. I mean, if nobody's going to basically lean into it, I'm going to lean into their benefits for faking it until you're making it. All right, so we'll talk about it on topic of the day. But it's a great dilemma that this person has put in.
Yes. Thank you
We'll
very
quickly
much.
answer our question. Should she own a house or a flat already, though?
At this age.
At 31, if you do, then you'll be doing what a lot of people aren't doing. So don't think that you're behind. 31, that's a big achievement, I think, to own a house. 100%. People can't afford it.
It's just all of these things that we was taught and all that, just about ownership and owning the house and whatnot. And I just think a lot of these ideas and these ideologies was pushed onto us and not necessarily ours. There's no right or wrong way to do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? A lot of people are owning houses don't know what they're owning it for.
Facts.
If that makes sense. Don't know what the end goal is. There's people that are looking at it. I know it's been told that it's an investment and stuff like that, getting on the property ladder and the rest of the tear. I suppose depending on your situation and your earnings and what you're looking to do with it, it might not necessarily be an investment
100%.
for you. You know what I'm trying to say? Everybody's situations and stuff are different. So just the way that we're supposed to do things, like, oh, you're supposed to own your this and have your this and do that by this age and rest of the tear. There's no right or wrong way to live, man. You're just buying into things that we've been told, to be totally honest with you.
There's definitely a right or wrong way to live.
Nah, there's not.
Do you agree with that, Emmanuel?
It depends what you're talking about, though.
But he was very, very vague.
Yeah, but obviously I didn't.
And that's why I need to basically suggest that. What are we talking about?
No, well, you can suggest it. I'm telling you now, there's no right. There's that, because obviously, what's right and what's right and what's wrong is wrong. Whatever. People got different perspective of things. There's people who tell you that you're supposed to do this and you're supposed to live a certain way. You're supposed to register there, which would be the right way. And if you're doing other things, this could be perceived as the wrong way. And there ain't no wrong or right way to live your own life or to get through the day.
There is.
For you.
You could say that there are different ways to live one's life. I could entertain hearing that.
But if you want to go to extremes, then that's on you. But then again,
I
wrong.
didn't go to the extreme.
Well, wrong.
You just said an extreme.
Well, no, because even that is perspective. You know what I'm trying to say? Everybody's different. You got.
And that's why I said there are different ways to live your life.
Yeah, there's no wrong or right way. What's your idea of wrong is somebody's idea is right. So I'll stand by it. There's no wrong or right way to live. You got to do what you do.
The thing is, I know what you're talking about, right? And I would
Then
love
I said
to
what I said.
I'd love to be specific.
I don't need to be specific.
No. On Wednesday, we could chop this up on Wednesday.
Oh,
because
I said the same thing.
We'll have to then flesh it out, because I can put some scenarios to you. I'm like, nah, it's the wrong way to live.
No, that's for me. Everybody's different. I can't speak for people.
No.
No, there's nope. Everybody's different.
No, but what I'm saying is, when somebody comes to you and says, "This is what I'm doing," you will laugh and say, "Nah. Based on what you're saying that you have, that's not the way you should be doing it." Can't you do that?
In what sense?
You see, Wednesday.
No, because I'm saying I don't know.
Because you're even thinking impossible. I can't imagine a world where that could happen.
No, I'm just saying you got to do what works for you, and I'm going to do what works for me. That's what I'm saying.
If it works, and that's why I said there are different ways people can live their lives.
That's why there's no right or wrong way. You got to do what works for you.
All right, sir.
Full circle moment.
All right, sir.
All right. Well, looks like we're going to get into it on the topic of the day. Do you know what day we're going to do that?
Wednesday, no?
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah, man.
Wednesday, we'll break this all down topic of the day. So hopefully Wednesday's a good day for you. You can get some more information.
100%.
And we'll use your dilemma as a reference point again. Yeah.
All right. Let me just read out the results of the polls. My AI steadfastly does this, and I really appreciate them. Question is, why do we believe there are only two political parties worth voting for? Conspiracy or agenda? 41% say media manipulation / historical habit. 23% say the elites trying to control us. 20% say voting other parties is wasted vote. And 13% say public apathy. You know, I've decided that sorry, just got a text message from my father. I've decided that when it comes to talking about anything conspiracy related, I'm not going to bite until there's specifics asked of me.
Okay.
For example, reading this, the elites trying to control us. I know for certain people that's a trigger. What, you talk about the elites? Who are the elites? Right? So I'm not even going to say stuff like that on air. I could do it when I'm not off air, because then you'll understand what I'm saying, right? But I'm going to try and be as clear as possible with any of the vague things that I say pertaining to the things that people don't know about that I believe in.
Okay.
You understand? I think it's important.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because I think in the next 5 years, maybe 10 years, a lot of things are going to happen that I would need to be looking like the crazy mother effer. You understand? And I'm not being that type of guy who be like, I told you so. I'm not James O'Brien. All right, Marks. But I'm waiting patiently for everybody to get there because I like discourse, innit?
So
And then we could go further.
So you're just waiting for everybody to catch up?
Yeah, just the first step.
Okay.
I'll be up top. Come.
Okay.
Yeah, man. All right. Next headlines.
Last headlines.
All right, people. So our last set of headlines. Trigger warning.
He's on me. But I mean, I suppose you can do it.
Yeah, so our last set of headlines.
Sorry, because his camera's just stuck on me.
Yeah, might as well.
Here we go, people. Flashbacks. Is this the trigger warning one?
Yeah.
Trigger warning. At least 18 people killed in a series of suicide attacks in Nigeria. So at least 18 people have been killed and 19 seriously injured in suicide attacks targeting a wedding, a hospital, and a funeral in northeast Nigeria, authorities have said. In one of 3 blasts on Saturday in the town of Gwaza, was that how you say that?
Yeah, I think so.
A woman with a baby strapped to her back detonated the explosives in the middle of a wedding ceremony, according to state police. What the hell? Female suicide bombers also targeted a hospital in the same town, which lies across the border from Cameroon. Another attack was later carried out at a funeral for victims of the wedding blast, authorities said. The region has been scarred by more than a decade of violence by jihadist group Boko Haram, which did not immediately claim responsibility for the string of attacks. Although Boko Haram has lost ground in recent years, jihadists continue to attack rural communities in Nigeria on a regular basis. Over the course of the insurgency, Boko Haram has repeatedly deployed young women and girls to carry out suicide attacks. The conflict has spread to neighbouring Niger, Cameroon and Chad, prompting the formation of a regional military coalition to fight the militants. Now you can change the camera.
Who did that? Who did that?
Who did what?
I don't think I left it on you when I left.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Yes,
I
you
did. Oh, is that why he had it over to you?
That's why I just read it.
Sorry about that. My apologies.
All right. So our next headline, and the U.S. Department of Justice is set to charge Boeing with fraud, but plans to offer the plane maker a plea deal. This is according to sources familiar with the matter. They've pretty much infuriated the loved ones of hundreds of passengers who died in 2 fatal crashes 5 years ago. So the 2 crashes of Boeing 737 MAX in October 2018 and March of 2019 killed in total 346 people. It prompted the worldwide grounding of the jet for almost 2 years. Boeing will be granted until the end of this week to decide whether it will plead guilty to the charge and avoid trial. And officials, obviously, they've told families of those on board the fatal Lion Air Flight 610 and Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 that claimed 346 lives. Relatives were briefed on the terms of the proposed deal during the call. Apparently, Boeing will pay a fine. They'll face a 3-year term of probation and work under a corporate monitor. This according to 2 sources. The families will make a case to a judge and the wider public for this deal to be rejected. This is according to the attorney, Erin Applebaum. That's pretty much it. And our last headline, obviously this is something that's been all over the internet. Even Margs and Loon's been talking about this as well. Some of their tweets gone viral and whatnot. And this is basically about the woman that's been charged now. Well, she's been charged now in relation to a video that was shared on social media that allegedly showed a prison officer having sex with an inmate in a cell.
I'm sure I gave you all the inside scoop about this before it went viral.
Allegedly.
Do you remember me giving you the inside scoop about this, Brent?
Talk to me.
I spoke to you about it.
What did you say?
I said it hasn't gone around yet, but I've got sent something this morning and it's going to go viral and they're going to get in trouble.
Saying that on it,
yeah.
Remember you saying that on it?
Let's give me the inside scoop.
Yeah. Not the inside scoop.
I told you that this was going to go viral before it went viral. That's the inside scoop.
No, he made a reference to seeing something.
I told you what it was. I told you it was a girl in sex, having prison sex, the video going around. And I said it.
Sorry, what did you think you said?
I said what the video was. I told you what the video was, and I said it's going to go around. I said,
what did you say?
The woman having sex with in prison. On video, on film.
That's what you think you said?
I'm sure that's what I said.
No.
What did I say?
You just referenced the video of some moving mad that is going to go such and such. Because if you had said that, I'd have asked you questions on air. You need to know how to break things properly.
There was a story. Okay, you know what? Fine, that's cool, fine. But I'm nearly sure I told you so. That there's a video going around.
I remember you referencing a video that you saw
of the woman having sex in prison. She's going to get in trouble for it.
Didn't hear all that.
She's a maniac, man.
Did you watch it?
Allegedly, man. Yeah. Obviously, I've seen what happened and whatnot, man. Yeah, man. This woman who goes by the name of Linda De Souza Abreu, she's 30. She's a Fulham in Southwest London. She's been charged with misconduct in public office.
Question though.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently she has been on reality TV.
Oh, is it?
Apparently.
Oh, I thought I saw the actual...
She's on a swinger show or something like that.
Okay.
Man or something.
So how do you... When they do your... Is it the CRE check? What's it? DBS? What's the check to do if you're eligible for whatever role you're going to be jumping into? Whatever it is. Mm-hmm. How could she get cleared to come and work in prison? Didn't they think that something was going to go awry?
What, just because she's been in reality TV?
No, but she also has OnlyFans.
Serious?
Maybe this was...
Yeah, this maybe happened after, man.
They're stupid. I said I couldn't believe it that she was... I don't know what she was on. I don't know, because it just seemed weird that she let them film them so blatantly, because you can't trust people. And then this stupid youth that leaked it as well. They're just dumb. They're just actually all dumb. Mm-hmm. They're dumb for leaking it because they had a code set up there that could have got them through their whole sentence, however long it may be. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so I wouldn't have told the soul about that. And then she's dumb because she just let them film her so freely that she didn't even try and like cover her face or nothing. Just in the event that this actually happened, she wasn't even trying to protect herself. So there's part of me that's thinking is like, was she trying to blow up and go viral like this or something like this? I don't know. It's just so very...
Why do you assume she knew they were filming it to put it on the internet?
No, I'm saying filming it. It's not to put it on the internet. I'm saying filming it.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Don't you have content in your phone?
She's a prison officer. She should have been. She wasn't even trying to hide. To film her so blatantly is just reckless.
So 100%, everything is reckless. But I don't know if she would have thought that.
You have to,
because you're blowing up your situation if you're putting it in a public domain, right?
Yeah, but no, just prevention is better than cure. Just having that video there, whatever you're gonna do with it, if someone lost the phone or whatever, being on board the way she was to film that speaks. It was nuts.
Do you think, to be honest, in my head, anybody looking to have a relationship with anybody in prison is nuts to me?
No, it's life. Men and women, you can't put them around
together.
Thank you very
much.
It doesn't matter.
Thank you for opening up the gate. So, do you think you can convince somebody to do that if you're in prison?
If I was in there long enough, of course. Get anywhere we go. Women, it just looks crazy because you watched it. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you don't know what you don't know, but people be having sex in prisons from the beginning of time. Like, this is normal. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
And in my head, it being filmed is also normal because they would need the content for when she's not there.
Yeah, but it's just the way she filmed it. Like, I've seen videos of people having sex with screws before, but it's just the way, just so brazen, just openly. Like, it was like a full-on porn movie. It's like a full-on production. Like, she was fucking going for it. Like, she was there. Like, it was just nuts. It was just nuts. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, to me anyway. Like, it was just nuts.
I had to
come out after the fact. I don't even know how you defend. Like, there's no defending it. Like I said, I've seen videos of screws having sex before and stuff like that, but you wasn't even. That was so blatant. You was in the cell for so long. You was moving like you were doing illegal things. Like, that was like, you know what I'm trying to say? It was just mad. I don't know why everyone's cussing the girl for. She's doing a good deed, man. Her job works, that, man. She's done a good deed. You get me? Respect her for that.
Morning.
Yeah, morning. It's not about this story, so I'll let you lot finish this story and then
All right, thank you very much.
Jump in.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, well, so they've done that. So, Iman's been in the story. Mm-hmm. She's in trouble.
Yeah, but she's been charged with misconduct in public office. She remains in custody and will appear at Uxbridge Magistrates Court on Monday today. So a police investigation was launched on Friday after officers were made aware the video said to be filmed inside HMP Wandsworth. And obviously, arrest was made later that day, and she, like I said, was charged on Saturday, and now she's going to appear in court today. So, yeah. There's not much else, to be fair, to talk about. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for the headlines.
All right, then. What, do you want us to continue? Are you here for the reaction?
Hello?
I guess he may be. No, he's just muted his mic, but I guess he's there for the reaction.
Okay, cool.
Right, let's get into the Welcome to the reaction, people, where I read out the sports headlines for you. Obviously, we are still in the Euros flow. Yesterday, well, we weren't home the weekend. Saturday, I'll start from Saturday, because on Saturday, Germany beat Denmark 2-0, and surprisingly, even though I say surprisingly, I hadn't watched them 2-0, but I just thought Italy would have went through. But surprisingly, Italy went out 2-0 to Switzerland. So Germany and Switzerland are through. And then yesterday, we had England and Slovakia, and Spain and Georgia. Spain beat Georgia 4-1, and England squeaked past Slovakia in extra time, beat them 2-1. It was another poor performance, I'd say. Yeah. All in all.
Did you listen to the commentary whilst watching the game?
Not particularly.
Halftime.
No.
All right. You heard they were going in halftime and they were saying he needs to make 3 changes.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. Needs to, and then during that halftime, like the second half, each moment that passed, right? Like, he's only got 45 minutes left. He's only got 33 minutes left. He's changed nothing.
Oh, this guy crazy.
He's only got 14 minutes left and he's only brought on such and such.
So who was the 3 changes that they said he needed to make?
Definitely Palmer needs to go on. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Trent.
Okay.
And also, they wanted Gordon to come on. So Foden, I'm guessing.
Okay. Yeah, because I was out in public, innit, so I couldn't hear all of that. But I was watching it, and it was like, his subs didn't feel like they came quick enough. Didn't feel anybody with confidence out there, you know what I'm trying to say? Saka ended up left back.
Played a blinder. Didn't look at Blaze.
How did you feel about that?
When I saw it happening, I thought to myself, all the people who were complaining about why is Ian Wright saying such and such, it just spoke to, wow, so he's really just following what the mainstream media are actually suggesting.
It's easier to say that, but he was the only that Trippier got injured, and obviously he
didn't stay at left back though. He ended up right wing back. So who came on?
What?
Saka didn't finish at left back.
Yeah, Eze did.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I was watching it.
Are you sure?
When he changed the formation, as Saka was on the right and Eze was on the left, yes. I was watching it. I watched the whole game.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
and he had to play Saka at left back because you're chasing a goal. You're not going to bring on Konza at that point to chase a goal, are you? Really?
Plus, the guy can play there. It's easy to say,
bring on who?
Huh? Konza.
But he did get a game.
Who, Konza?
Yeah.
He played, didn't it?
That's the guy.
That's when they were 2-1 up and they wanted to hold the lead. That's when he came on. But when you're chasing a game, you've got no choice. Yeah.
That's why I was positive about Eze, because I saw another black guy came and he wasn't Eze. He didn't have the locks on his head.
Yeah, so I think he's gone through at the back. Used Eze and Saka as the wing backs.
So you don't think that Southgate just listened to what the people were there suggesting?
Well, I don't know. It's easy to say that, but I'm just saying at that point in time, and obviously you want to keep all your best attackers on and whatnot. Like people forget, even though I said I feel like he was too far gone to have him start there or whatever. People forget that Saka can play left back. Saka did come into the game as a left back. He can do left back things. So I'm saying that him making that choice, even and it was only just for a small period because obviously he changed it again afterwards. It was he could have brought on. Well, you know what? He could have brought Trent on though. He could have brought Trent on and then moved Walker over or something. But then you take off your attack. I just feel like it made sense. It was a natural choice.
Femster, do you want to participate, or have you got specific things to basically put to us?
Oh no! I was gonna because I've been at work just dipping in and out, so I was gonna challenge E-Man on something he said at the beginning of the show, but I can participate in this, not to derail you lot.
That's fine. So when we finish the reaction, then you can put your question to E-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll stay on there and then just wait.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, cool. I like gay. I like gay. No, it's a player. Gay. That's how you pronounce it, right? Gay.
Gay, yeah.
Gay, yeah. I really like him, right? Don't you think that the referee was giving away yellow cards very, very quickly in the first, 20 minutes?
I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to get everybody settled, or maybe he just wanted England to have their players suspended because Gay's gone for the next game.
Yeah, he is. Okay, cool. So, when Palmer came on, Palmer didn't do nothing, right? However, is there an argument to start him to see what he can do from the jump, right? Because he's the hot boy right now, right? You're not looking to ish on Saka, bringing Saka on like, I don't know, when you realize Palmer's not giving you what it is you need. But the first thing you should do is to let everybody know this is what Palmer can do or can't do. Because right now, because they haven't seen him, they're blaming Saka for everything.
I don't think it would hurt starting him. It's not like Saka's doing anything anyway. I'm not like to say to blame him for anything. What I'm trying to say is like taking him not starting. It's not like you're taking away goals and assists. They're not really giving you anything anyway. So to look for different solutions is not really a big deal.
And I believe if you're going to be doing that with Saka, why not try it with Foden? Why not try it with Kane?
Well, they won't do it with Kane because he's a Harry Kane in it, and if Ivan Toney comes in and has a real good game, especially from the start, then it'd be hard to flip in, put Kane back in again.
Yeah.
Or he'll look like an idiot.
But they'll get over it if it is he delivers.
Yeah, but he's ain't captain like that. They won't do it. They're not doing that to Kane. So
yeah. So this is part of the problem. As I'm saying, he's an idiot. How about Bellingham? I'm not seeing how he's justified staying on the pitch.
Well, he showed you yesterday.
No, that is an erroneous take.
It's not an erroneous take. Obviously, he's been sticking up the place, but it's not about individuals because they've all been sticking up the place.
You have just said it's about an individual.
No, I didn't just say
You
that.
just mentioned Kane. He can't be dropped because he's Kane.
What do you mean?
You just said Kane can't be dropped because he's Kane.
No, I said they're not going to do it. I never said he can't be. That's he's the captain, isn't it?
I'm trying to make the argument to basically
he scored the winner.
Give Southgate the solution.
He just scored the winner, and obviously even like all of them are stinking the place up. That's fine. He just scored the winner, and we just went through, and that's how you can make the argument.
He's
so
picking names though.
It doesn't matter. The names that the only people that scored in the tournament are Kane and Bellingham. That's what matters. He's a big game player. You take Bellingham off, then that equalises.
Is this really your take? Is this really your argument?
He just proved it to you. It's easy to sit down and chat shit, but he kept Bellingham on.
Can I ask a question?
He just proved it to you.
If he didn't score that goal, what would you say?
What do you mean if he didn't? He did.
I'm asking, because remember, there was a point in time when your mind was set on how you were going to feedback on what you just saw. Remember, it was a dying moment, seconds, in which the game now changed.
That's what matters.
If the game finished, go just 5 seconds before he did that bicycle kick.
Okay.
And what would your feedback be?
Be different to what I'm saying now.
I know. What would it be?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. He scored
no,
it.
Forget about it. Doesn't matter. Tell me what it would have been.
I don't know, but in my mind, it's irrelevant.
I can't talk to you any of this.
You can't because you're using hindsight, and the hindsight that we got is that he done it, that he scored the winner.
You are using hindsight. You are. You're doing it.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Anyway.
Because your foresight would have been wrong. Your foresight would have been get him off the pitch.
What was my foresight?
I'm just saying, we have to use hindsight because that's where we got the results. Anybody else's foresight would have been wrong. Harry Kane shouldn't be playing. Bellingham shouldn't be playing. That's who got the equaliser. That's who got us the winner. So all that if, buts and whatever in 5 minutes for doesn't matter. Let's talk about what happened.
Question.
Let's deal with what happened.
Off the back of what...
Your foresight would have been wrong.
what you said. I'm moving on to a different question.
Okay, go on then.
If you are the gaffer and you saw that entire game, remember, that has been continually showed over the course of the tournament, right? You've seen no difference, yes? Would you change anything?
I said what I'll change.
Tell me what you would change.
I would have bring on... I probably would have took Trippier off. If it was the start of the game, I probably would have took Trippier off and played one of them other left-backs, maybe Gomez or something. Or Shaw if he's fit, which he's not. I would have played... I want to play with a 6. Told you I want to play Adam Wharton in the 6, free out Rice in the 8, so he can move like how he's moving at Arsenal. I would have kept Bellingham at the 10. And I would have took Foden off for Anthony Gordon. That's it.
Who's currently 6?
Declan.
Who's currently 8?
Well, who's he using?
You said that you would play Warden in the 6.
Yeah.
You put Rice in the 8.
And keep Bellingham in the 10.
You keep Bellingham.
Yeah.
You take off Foden.
Yeah, for Gordon.
And you put on
Anthony Gordon.
Anthony. You have Kane.
Yeah.
You have Saka.
Yeah.
So who's missing out?
What do you mean?
What team did they play?
They played the same team.
Because you've added one, but you've replaced Foden and you've added one.
They played the same team, just that
you'd need to take out Mainu. Mainu was playing.
Yeah, but I said I have Wharton in the 6, Rice in the 8, and Bellingham in the 10.
That's who was playing 6? Mino?
Well, I don't know what. No, he's not really a 6. Rice, isn't it? Rice plays the 6.
So you put Rice where Mino was.
I guess so then, yeah. Yeah, that's the change. That's the change.
And that's the change that you basically make, right?
Yeah.
So you feel doing that would get them playing a bit different, or you just want to see if it changes?
I think it'll probably give us a better balance in our midfield, and then obviously having runners in behind both sides of Kane would utilise him better. Probably make him look different because he's not leading the line. He ain't got no pace to get away from anybody. Dropping into that hole like on a 9.5 thing. Spaces that Foden and Bellingham are taking him up. So free up more spaces in the holes in between the lines that he wants to get into. Give him runners playing beyond him. Utilise his passing ability. And probably give us a better balance in our midfield.
And if he goes with the same team as you just saw against who's playing next? What was the options?
Switzerland we got next.
Possibly.
It's not possibly.
Okay, Switzerland. If he picks the same team, would you frown on that?
The same team that just won?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
No, not by this point, because obviously you need consistency. So the backline, if you went with the same backline, I'm not going to argue that, even though he has to change it now anyway because Gay's gone there. You don't just bring in. You don't just bring in a fucking however young that boy is and thing. So my ideas of the changes to midfield ain't going to work. It's not going to happen now. You go with a bit of continuity, what you got within it. Conor Gallagher shouldn't be in there. Trent shouldn't be in there. Colby and that wasn't terrible. So if you started again with the same three again, I'm not mad at it. The only one,
no, the same team, not just the.
Yeah, I'm just going through things. I'm saying the only one that I would expect him to change by this point is probably that Foden, man. I would just stop persisting with the guy, man. Like let's just get something different out there. It's just the Foden one, really. Yeah.
And would you say the same if it is that this was your club and your club during that particular tournament was playing like how England played, and they just scraped through this game against?
Yeah, I suppose
you would say the same thing.
Club tournament football is different, man. My team's been meaty, just scraping through teams and winning cups. So it's different. So yeah, it's the same shit. You gotta get it done. You gotta stick to what you know. So I'm not mad at it. It's not crazy to me. Like changing it now, especially after you're scraping through, making wholesale sweeping changes is probably more crazy to me than anything else. Because you ain't seen it, you don't know what you're doing. This ain't the time now. This knockout stages now. This ain't the time to be experimenting and stuff like that. You need to know what you're gonna do, what you're gonna get from these players. You get me? So, yeah, making sweeping changes now would be crazy to me.
So you feel he knows exactly what he's going to get because they haven't changed.
Well, you never know.
For the games that they played, nothing's changed. So that's consistency, right?
You want consistency in your back line. So if Gay never got injured, he would have went with the exact same back line that he started the whole tournament with. Because why wouldn't you? You know what I'm trying to say? When you switch it up there, okay, cool. Now you go into midfield and you want more consistency. Again, he's got his replacements are Conor Gallagher, proven it's not working. Trent, not supposed to be there. Adam Wharton, too young. Maino came and improved it a little bit, and you know what Maino's like. So then you're going to go with that three again. Of course you are, because why wouldn't you? Consistency, knockout stages. Then you go up front, Harry Kane starts, Saka starts. For me, I would look at Foden's performances and be like, let's try something different. Going Anthony Gordon. But again, the logic behind it is that's the ones that's got him there consistency there. So it's not like if he started the exact same team that started Slovenia against Switzerland, I'm not looking at him like he's crazy.
Yeah, the funny thing is, just before Bellingham scored that, I could see the papers, and they would have been fully warranted. All of the vitriol that they were going to get, it would have been fully warranted. Mm-hmm. And just after that, now it's Keane saying, hey, that's what great teams do. Just make it happen when they're playing right.
It's facts though, man. When you're a United fan and you go to the depths, like you're used to kind of this stuff, you wouldn't get it, but you keep going, innit? This is stuff for champions, this is what makes you. So I hear you. So it's easy to do the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, but why are you doing shoulda, coulda, wouldas when we won? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? When they done it, when the same guys that you're telling them about dropping got the goals, like, and pulled us through. The shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff don't help. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't matter what could have been. What do you mean what could have been? Yeah, we could have went out. Yeah, it could have stunk the place. We did stink the place up, but we got the result. So now you move forward. What do you do moving forward?
Yeah, what do you do moving forward?
I'm asking you.
You say do the same thing again.
No, I'm asking you.
I'm suggesting that you shouldn't do the same thing again.
So what do you do moving forward?
I would.
You would?
I would start the game with Kane not playing.
Okay.
I'd start with a different forward because I know what I can expect from Kane, I guess. Right? So he could always come on, right?
Okay.
I'll take off Foden. I'll give him a rest. Because, again, having Foden coming on when it is the other team's tired is mad. I would even entertain taking off Saka, starting with Palmer, just letting the people have what they want, right? And Palmer's not a bollocks guy in my head. But let's see what it is that you can do on the world stage, right? So people could be silent, or they can basically see, that's a great, basically, person to start with. When you have a squad, you brought them for a reason. Use them. use them. If it is you're seeing that one thing isn't working, right?
In knockout games.
Switch it out. What did you say?
I said what in knockout games.
Yeah. I saw a stat, 72% possession England had at one point in the second half. 72%. And it didn't look like they were going to do anything whatsoever. Change something up. Change something up. And you had the time and you have players on the bench that can change things. In my head, anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know. So what changes do you make? So
I just told you.
So Kane and Foden, that's it. That's what you change.
You can even change Saka if it is you don't want to basically do all three of them.
So change the whole front three.
If you don't want to do all three of them,
it's not. If I'm asking you what you want to do,
put Palmer in.
I'm asking you what you want to do.
Put Palmer in. Put Gordon in, and start with Kane. Right.
So don't change the whole front three.
Not that those two. If you're changing both for them, start with Kane, and then if Kane's not performing, bring a black one on.
And what do you
black one with legs.
Do you keep the midfielders as the same?
I would have Rice playing where Rice is supposed to be playing.
Where's he supposed to be playing?
6.
He's not good there, but
8.
And he's not been good since. You know, look at this thing. None of them ain't been good this tournament. None of them ain't been good. Gay. I'd say
Gay.
Gay.
Bellingham, I beg you, stop playing like you're the cream of the crop. I was watching him playing. When he didn't get what he wanted, he was like throwing a strop. Like he's like, give the ball to me and I'll do what. But whenever he did something wrong, he wasn't being like, sorry. He has that particular Los Galacticos mindset. You can't have that for England.
He can. That's why he got the bicycle kick. That's why he got the bicycle kick and walked up to the crowd and said, "Who else? Who else? Who else was gonna do this?" He started talking all your shit. Who else was gonna do it? And that's facts as well. There's big factors.
Yeah, I mean, in my head, the type of players you have on paper for England, they shouldn't have to wait until the 80 whatever minute to basically win a game. Or just to level. I don't think you should.
He's a mentality monster. Everybody's trying to turn against Bellingham now and trying to hate on the kid and just proving they can't.
I think he hasn't been performing well this tournament.
That's fine, but nobody has. So it's got to be within relevance. He scored 2 goals this tournament. One of them was a game winner, and one of them was an equaliser. The last kick of the game in the 96th minute of 6 minutes injury time. He's done his thing. Talk to everybody else. He's done his thing. Yeah. Regardless of what the performances look like.
Interesting. I mean, cool. That's
you
fine.
get me?
But that's what I'll change. And I don't lean into that philosophy where it doesn't matter if you play crap. If it is, you can basically.
No, he's been stinking. He's been stinking the place up.
I think you should go into the game looking to dominate, and don't leave it to chance, because these were a matter of seconds. Having an entire team get lambasted and England.
No, he's been stinking the place up, but he's a mentality monster. I've
stopped talking about him already. I'm talking about like the entire team now. I'm just Southgate. I finished talking about Bellingham.
Yeah, but I don't think now's the time you make changes.
Yeah, keep it the same. Especially if it is you see the same result. Just keep it the same.
I don't think now's the time you make changes.
Because Switzerland is Slovakia, innit?
No, they're not. They're not. But you want to put your best foot forward. Now's not the time for experimenting. You haven't gave anybody a chance in the earlier games to know what you're going to get from them. You know what I'm trying to say? To know what the setup's like, to get some kind of continuity, to play together. Like, you haven't gave anybody a chance, so you got to stick with what you know and hope for the best kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's too much to put in someone different. Even say that Harry Kane's not been playing great, which he hasn't been playing great. I think it's too much to go into the tournament, to go into that knockout stage now and drop him and play Ivan Toney. Because you still don't know what you're gonna get.
Now start him.
Like, if he was injured, then that's different because you ain't got no choice.
Start him, but just if you're seeing that his legs are his legs and it's not working, then bring on some legs.
Yeah, but also you got to put him in the best position to succeed, innit? You're not putting no legs around him. He don't need legs. He don't need to run. That's not his story. You know what I'm trying to say? That you're not putting legs in and around him to utilize him. So utilize him and give him the best opportunity to succeed first before you start.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, 100%.
Like Gareth Southgate's selection's not been great. You know what I'm trying to say?
So you are saying that it hasn't been great?
I know I haven't. I'm not saying it's been good, but I'm saying it is what it is, isn't it? It's what he's been working with. Why you can't change it now? You should have changed it. If they got the result that they wanted in the second game, and it was cool.
Of course, he can change it now. What the hell are you talking about? That's what he's paid for.
Okay, fine, but you don't know what you're getting now, and it's a knockout game.
So what are you saying?
I think it's pretty clear what I'm saying. Tell me what you don't understand.
You said he shouldn't change because he doesn't know what he's getting?
By this point, yeah, you haven't gave these other players opportunities to do anything, to know what you're going to get from them, to know what the England team looks like with Ollie Watkins leading the line from the start, or with Ivan Toney leading the line from the start, or with Foden in the 10 instead of Bellingham, whatever. You haven't had these opportunities to do these things. So now you're experimenting now in a knockout stage, in the quarterfinals of a thing. Now you want to experiment. No, you're going to have to stick with what got you here and hope it makes it work. So I'm not saying it was the right choice that you made initially, but now's not the time to change things up unless you have to. Mark Gay should be playing. The only reason why you're going to change up because he's suspended. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you're going to go with another third person with a fourth midfielder to try and find the right balance that you're going to look for now in the knockout stages? No, it's too late. You stick with what you got and what you know by now.
So I'm saying, back of your suggestion, changing Foden, taking out Maino and putting in Ward.
I've said that just in general. I'm not saying I'll do that now.
Oh, so you don't want him to do that?
No. I was just asking what I would have done to think.
I guess I'm
the
type of person, right? Last point I'm gonna make, and then we move on after you finish what you're saying. I believe that every single game can be completely different than the next, than the last. Sorry, do you understand? So they could have stunk up the gaff with Slovakia and turned up against Switzerland because I don't know, flip a coin, right? They can actually change the entire game. They just click better. I don't know. Something goes the way it didn't go before, whatever. So you even saying keep it the same, you might have a completely different team the next game. But if you see that it's not that way,
then drag them off.
Then 100% you have to flipping move. You don't wait until the 89th minute again.
No. He's got to react better. He's got to react better. But again, again, we're on the same mindset. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you got to be more. It's got to be more decisive with your actions and them subs and all that. But again, a lot of the people was moaning. I was there with man. Loons was doing it in the pub. He was chatting bare shit about Bellingham the whole time. Why is he on the pitch? Why is he on the pitch? Why is he on the pitch? That's why he's on the pitch. You get me? I'm trying to say.
Can I just ask? Did you guys watch Switzerland's game on?
They were cooking.
Saturday, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because you can get away with this stuff. Because even yesterday, who was it? Slovakia, right? They only attacked England like the third until they scored. Then they kind of sat back.
Yeah.
But every time they attacked England, they kind of looked like they were going to cause them problems. Mm. And in the group, no one really attacked England. Maybe Denmark a little bit because they were one down. But Switzerland is going to be a massive problem for England, and they can't keep playing the way they are.
Well,
they really can't. You can only get away with it for a while.
Well, it's a different type of experience, though, isn't it? With these teams that don't attack, and you're sitting down with a low block, the onus is on England to break them down. If you're telling me that Switzerland's going to come out and play and going to attack, then that sounds like.
But Switzerland are like they're like solid at the back, and they break at pace.
So, like, but are they just going to be behind the ball? Is it just a low block, or are they going to come out and play though?
It's not a low block. It's like they play like a mid block. So the way they played against, I think they played France, wasn't it? It was Germany. When they played against Germany, like picture that. That would cause England so many problems. They, like, especially in midfield, they would have a hard time dealing with Switzerland. And I've been a laughing stock in all my groups because I've just been saying, yeah, England will get to the final. They'll fluke their way there. But when I watched Switzerland the other day, I said, they're going to cause England a lot of problems.
Well, boy, like I'm saying, you could be poor enough to get the job done. They don't really concede a lot of goals either. You know what I'm trying to say? They've got enough talent to score them. And like I'm saying, obviously you're saying it's a mid-block, but if they're going to come out and play, then that leaves more opportunities for counter-attacks and stuff for both sides. So the game's a different prospect to what they faced before. So it could look different. So you don't necessarily know what you're going to see. If a team's coming onto them more, it's a totally different prospect to what they faced to them having 70% of the possession of the ball and not having no ideas and how to break the teams down. It's going to be a totally different 90 minutes where You know what I'm trying to say? Where things can happen, where the likes of Saka or Palmer or whatever maybe can run in behind and catch teams on the counter. It's a totally different prospect. Not to say that it's guaranteed or whatever, but I'm saying you can't look at it how you're looking at it at the other games, at the rest of the games. You don't know until it plays out. But like I said, unless they're sitting down, unless it's a low block, then there's opportunities there. So it could be totally different. So you don't really know. No?
No, I agree.
No,
that
fair play.
That tomorrow might be completely different than yesterday. And the opponent might be a completely different opponent. That same tactic that you used before, it just clicks differently. 100%.
And remember, it's cup football. They don't have to actually be, even on the day, like, they don't have to be better than anyone to go through. Like, I'm not saying you're going to be happy about it, but it's just like what happened yesterday. Like, again, they're solid enough. They haven't conceded more than one goal in a game. One goal is not necessarily always enough to get it done, whether they concede first or not.
I mean, Greece did win this tournament. In 2008, I think, wasn't it? And they just defended their way to the title, really, didn't they?
Yeah, they're not that open. Like, I don't know if they're gonna get a 2-0 anywhere or anything like that, but I just think they can just haram their way through it. I don't think they've been lucky with their with the side that they're on and with the draw that they got. Because even if they make it through this and Austria's there, I reckon Austria will probably do them. You know, Austria's been decent, but again, they're whack enough and good enough at the same time that they can lose to anybody or beat anybody. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like a toss of a coin. So, and you just don't know what you're gonna get. You get me? And if you got the star players on the pitch and the players with the ability to make things happen, Bellingham, Kane, Foden, Saka, anything can happen, and you're in with a chance, man.
But then that's the advantage of being on this side of the draw, because yesterday everyone was raving about Spain and the way they played. But then I said to everyone, but now they got to play Germany, and it's basically a 50-50 game. Do you see what I mean? Like, that's the problem with being on that side of the draw. And if they go through, they have to play Portugal or France. Like, that side of the draw is England.
That's mad.
Did well
Only
to
one of
avoid
them
that,
can
to
come
be fair.
through. That is mad. England,
exactly.
England bumped it. They paid some kind of money or something.
But this is why I think they would have deserved every sort of vitriol from the fan base if they didn't get through yesterday.
Yeah, they would have. 100%. Like 100%. 100 million %. They would have deserved every single thing that got written about them.
In their heads, it's coming home. In their heads. Because of the side of the draw they're on. But as he said, Switzerland ain't no flipping mug.
I think the country was way more confident before a ball got kicked. Now that people, anybody singing coming home, the vim's not there. It's a bit tongue in cheek. They know if man do it, it's out of pure luck and thing because the performances ain't there.
It's luck? I thought you... Never mind.
Yeah, luck of the draw. Of course, look at the way the sides thing that and everything. Even England's run, it's always favourable fixtures and stuff like that. Like, and you're gonna need luck to win these tournaments somewhere along the line, no matter what kind of team you are. But just the way that it started and the way the performances have gone, they're not even necessarily building on them. Yeah, it's just gonna bum their way through to the finals. I could see next Saturday them being another poor performance and winning the game. And I don't know at what point do they ever get it together and start. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, it's the business and oh yeah, it's the semi-finals now, it's the finals now, now we're going to play good. Like, what do you mean? Like, that doesn't even work like that. But I could see them bumbling their way through to the finals. Playing nonsense. But it's what it is, man. If they get it done. If you get it done, you get it done. No one don't really care how you win it. As long as you win it. Don't make a difference to me, boy. There you go. Don't make a difference. We was a couple minutes away from going out to Coventry. No one cares. We've got a title now, boy. So it's the same thing with this cup football, man. If they're not playing good, they need to get it done. Because if they go out while they're playing like this, you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be deserved. If they win it playing like this, the performances are gonna be irrelevant. Let's just deal with the facts at hand. You get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, it is what it is. They need to play better though, man. They do.
All right, next. Boxing.
Was there boxing?
There was indeed.
You might call it AJ or Dubois.
AJ.
Easy.
I think there might be some tough spells for AJ, but I think AJ's got the experience. He's a different boxer now. You know what I'm saying? He's more confident, I think. But saying that, though, Dubois is super confident right now. Everything that's come his way, obviously, since the setbacks with, what's his name, Joyce and Usyk. Like, you know what I mean? He's overcome a lot. Like, those fights, he wasn't necessarily meant to win against Miller and against Hrgovic. But AJ's experience now, I feel like he's a more complete fighter. He's had the losses, but he's had like a lot of experience that came with those 2 losses to Usyk. You know what I mean? He's a smarter boxer, and I think he's a bit more aggressive as well, but like intelligent aggressive though. So yeah, I feel like it'll be a bit too much for Dubois. So yeah, I don't think it'll be easy, but plus it depends on how Dubois comes out. Because if Dubois fights AJ like he fought Hrgovic, like with a lot of like headbutts and making it like a dirty fight, then I think obviously AJ is gonna have to fight like fire with fire, innit? And then the fight ain't gonna last like 7 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not too sure if Dubois will risk it. If Dubois is down and he feels like he's kind of losing ground like in the first 2-3 rounds, then he may go that route. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it'll be an easy win. But I definitely see AJ being the winner. So yeah. That's what I will say. But the entire card is a good card, man. You got Boatsy fighting as well against what's his name, Hutchinson, who beat Craig Richards the other day in Saudi. Who else have you got? You've got what's his name? Liam Smith is fighting again.
Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly, that's it. Josh Kelly should do that because Liam Smith is not the same Liam Smith from years back. He's pretty much on his way out. So yeah. I don't see Liam Smith winning that. This is a perfect time for Josh Kelly to actually get the win from Liam Smith. Who else is fighting? I don't have the card up. But yeah,
Chamberlain, Josh Padley. Mark Chamberlain versus Josh Padley. Tyler Denny versus Hamza Shariz.
Hamza should win that as well. He's a good boxer, you know. Hamza Shiraz. He's a good boxer. He's a middleweight, isn't it? Tall middleweight as well. So he's got the range, and he's quite a smart boxer as well. He hasn't had the hardest competition yet. Obviously, I did like his fight against what's the brother called in Saudi, like when they had the you know that Matchroom versus thingy card.
I missed it though, innit?
Yeah, like he was the captain for Frank Warren's side, Hamza, put in a good performance there as well. Yeah, he's a good boxer. He should be able to win that. Should be able to win that easy, to be fair. But like the entire card is a good card though. Like we're getting good boxing. Like these last 2-3 years have been good. I would say very good, man. But there was other fights in the weekend as well. Teofimo Lopez fought as well. He fought against some other guy who's lost quite a few fights, to be fair. Like Teofimo should have won that and got him out of there. But the guy could take some punches. I didn't see the entire fight, but Teofimo's face afterwards. He didn't look in good shape, man. Teofimo's like his eyes were finished. Like he didn't look like the guy who won, but he won by unanimous decision.
Oh, Claggett.
That's it. I think the guy's lost 8 fights. Claggett and Teofimo's still undefeated. What am I talking about? No, Teofimo lost his fight. Lost to the guy who's lost to everybody since then. What's his name? The Australian guy. The guy, he lost to Haney, he lost to Loma the other day. Cambosas. So yeah, I think that's Teo's only loss. But Teo was still one of the best at 140. So anyway, long story short, he retained his title, but he didn't look too great. And Teofimo likes to talk a lot. So recently, I heard him talking about how he wants to go up to 147 to fight Crawford. I don't know what's going on there. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs to stay at 140 because from when he's been to 140, he's had 5 fights. He's only stopped to 1 person. Still good, but like the power from 135 hasn't really gone up to 140 and got people out of there. You know what I mean? So to think he can go up to 147 and challenge them guys there, nah, I don't think he's got it. Although he does show up when he has good opposition. So again, with Claggett, no disrespect to him, but he's not like elite, you know what I mean? So Teofimo, I guess, he's got a history of only kind of performing when he's fighting top opposition. But the guy, to me, who did amazing on the weekend was my guy, Bam Rodriguez. He fought, what's his name? Former champion Estrada. Bam is the guy, you know. We spoke about him on the show before when he fought Sonny Edwards. You know, Sonny from I think Sonny's from South.
Yeah.
Sonny's a sick boxer, you know. Don't get me wrong, like Sonny doesn't stop anyone. No disrespect to him, but like he's an intelligent fighter and he's always winning on points. I think he had like 20 plus fights. He's only stopped 4 people, so he wasn't ever going to stop Bam. But he's an intelligent like boxer. But what Bam did to him, getting him out there, I think it was like what, round 10, round 11 or something. Like it was crazy. So like I don't put like
7th.
Was it 7th against Sonny Edwards?
Oh no, I thought you meant this last fight.
Yeah, the last one's 7th round body blow to Estrada's. Like he was done. To be fair, Estrada knocked down Bam, you know.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he knocked him down in I think the 6th round. It was a sick fight.
What, and he knocked him down twice before as well?
Yes, yeah.
So there's 3 knockdowns in the fight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this sounds like a classic.
Yeah, it was a good fight, man. But Bam's just, he's on the level of, obviously, like, these lower guys, like, not lower guys, but these guys in the lower weight classes, like, they've got a lot of exceptional skill, like, the good ones anyway. You got Inoue, you got Tank, you got Bam. Those 3 guys, to me, I don't see anyone beating them. Yeah, and all 3 of them stop guys as well. It's not just, like, good boxing IQ and then taking it to points. They're stopping guys as well. So yeah, man, like Bam's a sick boxer. Definitely top 10 pound for pound, in my opinion.
I've been missing too many fights. Before we get into the end of the show, what did you want to challenge Eman on? You still there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. Eman, at the beginning of the show, because I had to listen back, you was talking about your trip to Florida.
Yeah.
And you said it costs about $4,000. Bro,
Yeah,
I think you need to tell the people the truth, man. There's no way that costs.
Oh shit!
No way.
No, you're right, man. I got the figures. Remember
There's no way that costs $4,000.
No, you're right. You know what? Let me get the figures for you. So basically, accommodation was basically about 1-2. The passes and everything like was just under 2, and the tickets and everything was like 1.5. So yeah, it was about it was a lot more than that. It was like what 3 and what's that 5 or so?
Sounds like 6.
2. Yeah. It was more than that, man. But again, obviously, this is outside of food and all that sort of stuff, innit? So you're right, man.
That's all right. You know what? Because I went with 3 children to Florida, and we only did Disney. We didn't even do Universal, and I swear to you, it cost 15 bags.
Woo! What? Serious?
Yeah, it did.
Mad thing.
What's that? All in spending money, everything.
15 to 20 all in, spending money, everything. So that's why I couldn't understand, because when you was talking about you got fast passes, those fast passes in Disney, you have to pay for each ride, or you have to pay like per day or something like that. And when you add like, because I had 3 children, you add like it's about $100 a day for each of those lightning passes, and it only gives you certain rides as well.
Yeah.
It's expensive, man. It's like a wedding, man. You got to plan that for years to do that.
Yeah, it's mad. Maybe this is why I was kept out of the loop for some of it, you know, because I probably would have resisted. But yeah, this is why I'm finding out in real time. Because I would have said nah, we need to relax. But yeah, man. But you know what? It's one of them trips, man.
Show, man.
Thank you, man. It's one of them trips that like you kind of need to make, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just once. You know what I'm saying? As much as it was a lot of money for you, yeah, like 15K is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like you still enjoyed yourself, innit? And the kids did too.
Oh no.
Silence.
Yeah, man. They're trying to go back again.
Oh,
they're trying to go back again. I'm like, nope.
Nah, that's crazy. That's a lot of money.
All right, see you later, guys.
Thank you very much.
Man.
I'm still waiting for somebody to basically like sell me the joy of having children in it.
But I don't think I'm going to Disneyland anytime soon. I'll be honest.
Got a local park in it.
Yeah, man.
When the circus is in town.
You know what I'm saying? Because that just sounds crazy.
That is mad.
That is mad. Do Disneyland Paris. Paris will be cheaper, right?
Yeah.
You get Eurostar and everything there and all that. No? Or no? I don't know.
Yeah. I think when I went, it was Eurostar them times.
The most commercialized one is Paris, isn't it?
Only because we're here, innit? because like we're closer.
So for the rest of the world, is it Florida?
Yeah.
That's the main one,
the
isn't it?
main
Orlando, Florida. That's the Disney,
That's where it started.
That's the real one,
Disney
yeah.
World, the Disneyland. That's the proper thing.
I didn't know that's where it started,
The Disneyland Paris is just the
European, Euro version.
It's the Egypt flow, isn't it?
Is it?
Euro thing, if you don't want to go and do the main thing. But the proper Disneyland's in Orlando. Everybody knows that. That's where the bubble was.
The bubble?
Yeah, that's where the NBA players was in COVID. But don't worry. But yeah, Orlando, Florida. That's the proper one. I don't know if I can afford that, man.
It's a lot of money, man. But 3 kids, that's probably why though. That's what? That's a lot of peas, man.
I wouldn't even like. I'd hate that, I hate amusement parks. I hate walking around, just having to be on my feet all day. I hate queuing up for places. Like, it'd probably be like so unenjoyable. It'd probably
You'd be
like
so miserable.
yeah, like the Grinch. Even with like the kids, I'd proper hate that. Like I'd hate it.
Don't they have them buggies? Them disabled buggies you can rent?
What? Yeah, they got strollers there.
No, for him, like to move from place to place.
I just have to facilitate that. I just have to pay for that and just send the youth there and thing and just be like, look, man, just send me pictures or something, man, because I don't need to be like, I don't need to be here really.
Quick question. From what you just said, right?
Oh, sorry. You know what? I forgot. Femsa's right. I forgot. We did a thing with Virgin where we got a deal. Sometimes you can buy points and then use those points to buy flights. I forgot we did that as well. So basically, the flights were cheaper than they should have been. So we didn't just buy the flights from Virgin. We bought the points from Virgin because Virgin had a deal on the points, and then use those points to get the flights. If that makes sense.
So it wasn't cheaper. So you paid.
So it was cheaper. So the flights was cheaper for us.
Because you paid for points.
Yeah, and then use those points to buy the flights.
He didn't pay for points. He got points because he travelled elsewhere and they gave him points, so he cashed the points in.
No, you pay for the points. So Virgin do a deal. That's what I did for Nigeria as well.
So how's that cheaper? You bought points.
Yeah.
To make the flights cheaper, but you paid for the points.
You can explain this, please.
So for example, you could pay for the flight £1,500, right?
Okay.
But let's just say it's a grand for the tickets, right? But then you can get points that could get you that same flight for, let's just say, £800. So instead of paying for the £1,000 to get the tickets, you would buy £800 worth of points because Virgin are doing a deal on the points, and then
So how much do you get the points for?
I can't remember, but there was a deal at the time.
No, but let's just do fake numbers because I'm confused for a second. So say, okay, cool. There's a flight. The flight's £2,000.
Yeah.
But you can get points to make the flight £1,000.
Exactly.
But you'd have to say you were paid what, £200 for the points?
No, you pay £1,000 for the points.
You pay £1,000 for the points.
Yeah.
Now you use the points and it takes £1,000 off the flight.
No, you just buy the flight using the points, entirely using the points, plus maybe tax that you have to pay. So let's just say, because what they're doing is selling the points at a discount.
So you're getting so instead of paying £2,000 for the flights, you pay £1,000 for the points and buy the flight with the points.
Exactly.
So you saved yourself £1,000.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it would be.
Oh, you understand that?
I think so.
If you had a business, would you offer that, Manuel?
Yeah, it depends. Depends on the business.
Explain it to me.
I could do.
So I'm not interested. Explain it to me.
Yeah.
There's a flight here. It's £2,000. Yeah.
My business has flights. I'm an airplane company.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
And
You're selling flights for £2,000. Yeah. But you can, if you've got a certain amount of points, you can get the flight for £1,000.
What's the benefit of me selling the same thing for cheaper?
I don't know.
Well, my money's now with you in the company. And remember, once I've got your points, it's not like I can there might be something in the deal where I can't redeem those points to get my money back.
So what you are saying is the way you go to Disney and you exchange your money into credits that you can only spend in Disney.
Not in Disney. This is just for flights. This is nothing to do with Disney.
I am
to get to
using
Orlando.
a parallel
Okay, cool.
because I'm trying to understand why they're giving the same service for cheaper.
Yeah.
But you're saying it's a bulk of points that you can basically redeem in that particular business.
Yeah.
and you've chosen to use some of the points on the flights, but the points that you don't use, you still keep. You can't basically change it back, right?
Yeah.
So in the long run, they might basically get more money from you because you are only going to use the points with them.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
And also, because I've got the points for cheap, that may be an incentive to actually go the full way and actually buy the ticket. So, for example, I want to go to Nigeria, yeah? So let's just say going Christmas time is like £2,000 to go Niger. But if I can get points that I can use during Christmas time for, let's just say 1.5, that may be enough of an incentive for me to actually buy the points and go to Nigeria for 1.5, rather than looking at it, £2,000 and saying, you know what, I'm keeping my money. So now Virgin at least has 1.5 of my money, and versus 0. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what the analogy that you used.
So So yeah, basically that would have cost us more money. That's another thing that I forgot. But yeah.
All right, cool. Before we move on, the question about the children, right? He said that he would just go and pay for the children to go and enjoy themselves, right?
Okay.
Yeah. If he could, because he doesn't like the walking around and stuff. But isn't that part of parenthood, Emmanuel? Is that the joy that you get?
What, walking around?
No, spending time with your children and yes, 100%. Having to walk around your son. Because you're not selling it to me. I hear you saying, if I had the money, go and have your childhood away from me because there's walking involved. So what do you get from parenthood that tells you, yeah, it was worth it?
Because I facilitated.
Not this example.
I facilitated all the joy.
Not this example.
No, I've just used that one. I'll be happy. I facilitated the joy.
And you get the thanks, daddy.
Yeah.
So that's the value from parenthood. That's what you're selling me. You can get thanks, daddy. Okay. I'm not sold, man. You have to try better.
I need to try nothing, man. If you just want your legacy to stop here, then that's on you. If you don't want you get me? If you want your history to just stop
Am I living wrong?
No, there's no right or wrong way to live, man. You got to do what works for you, man. That's what I say. Whenever they're telling the story of your story in life, if you just wanted to stop with you, then there you go. That's the choice that you want to make.
Yeah, it's mental how you're saying that your son is just living off of your steam.
That's what they got to do, man. So they got their own steam to keep going, man.
Were you living off your father's steam?
No, I'm self-made.
Oh, so you started everything fresh.
Started from the bottom out, man.
Same with him then, yeah?
Huh?
Same with him is possible.
Yeah, no, you could do it without me, but you don't need to. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All right, done it, eh?
No, man, I gotta go, man.
Outro.
We're running late. I gotta go film. Brent has a quick announcement for you.
All right, cool. 30th was yesterday. 30th is when it is that we locked off the funding round.
Oh, okay.
As in us allowing the community to basically grab some shares. However, I've had quite a few emails since then.
Since yesterday?
Since yesterday. Well, we've had some before running down. But since it was locked off yesterday, I've had a few emails. So I'm going to talk to the team about the emails. Because obviously we have quite a few different campaign assets to put out over the next few months. Obviously, you know that we are still in the campaign trail, still on the campaign trail, sorry. And obviously you guys are going to be seeing firsthand what that looks like before the rest of the world sees it. So let me get back to you tomorrow, but we definitely will have an announcement tomorrow. Because like I said, we have some assets to put out. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I've enjoyed it so far. I've enjoyed receiving the content so far. I've enjoyed hearing the responses so far. So God willing, y'all are going to enjoy it for the next few months. But anyway, outside of that, we might have something interesting to basically tell you guys soon. Emma's working on it. He probably doesn't know what I'm talking about referencing right now, but he put it to me.
I think I do.
Okay, a few days ago. Thought it might be a very, very good idea. Once is that we iron all that stuff out, we will let you guys know. And I think that is it. So tomorrow there's going to be an announcement, or maybe a few announcements.
Shit. Sorry.
You okay? You You just remembered something that you were supposed to do
tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow. No.
Oh, okay.
Just making plans, but making too many plans.
and you don't put it down in your calendar so you can be reminded.
No, I didn't need to. I remembered.
Just now.
That's all that matters. It's days away. It's fine.
All right, fair. So it's still to come.
Mm.
Yeah, fair. Good to have you back, Emmanuel.
Thank you.
Obviously, we need to stop starting this show late. This is crazy. This can't be a habit. This cannot be a habit at all. And anything that I put up, please retweet it and repost it on Instagram. You know, you nod a lot, like you say, yeah, when it is you're in front of them. But then, as soon as it is that you walk away, you know, live your life.
I don't feel any way when you do stuff to me because in my mind I repost the stuff. So if what I do is not good enough,
I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even talking about that. It's not for me. It's for Gina. It's not even for me.
Ah, that's all right. That's not right there.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. We love you all. We love you all, daily.
Remember tomorrow as well, the debate.
Yeah.
I've sent you a bunch of stuff, Mugs.
That's all right.
I've sent Gina a bunch of stuff as well. I might send you some more, just so that you can really embody your party.
Please try to.
I'm gonna watch This Is England when I go home. Just gonna get into the mode. You get me?
Please try to stream Supercell before the week's end because we are the people. They should. Rapman directed it, innit? And there are quite a few cast members in there that you guys would recognize. So let's get the streaming numbers up. Because if it is going to be a season 2, this is how this is going to be season 2. We watch it, we comment on it.
I'm going to log in and stream it so my streams count. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like the vote.
100%.
Stand up and be counted.
100%. All right, see y'all tomorrow.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.